Dude, it's always funny.
Oh my god, he's so fucking scary.
That's so awesome, though.
All right, start us off.
All right, let's just jump right into it. Hey, welcome to another episode of Verbal Laxative. I'm Jason.
Simping.
Brian.
And
I'm Adrian.
yes, special guest Adrian is joining us today.
And I want to say second appearance.
Yes, right? Third appearance.
Third? Was he on the one that I wasn't? Like, you had to put your friends on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we scabbed.
Yeah, it was on Halloween.
We paid him.
Yeah, a regular occurring guest, friend of the show, Adrian is on. If you don't know him, you might have heard of him from nothing, because he's not famous. Neither are we. None of us are famous.
It's like that George McClure thing. You may see me in movies such as...
No, the first name's not George.
Troy McClure.
Yeah, Troy.
Like, who is this guy?
The Simpsons guy.
Oh.
He was in all the advertising and shit. Hi, I'm Troy McClure.
I got you. Oh, this guy, yes.
Anyways, it's been a month. Apologies for that, for the 20 or so hardcore listeners / subscribers, and that one guy knows Becca Stan.
Or just all bots.
Yeah, and all the rest are all bots.
Do you actually think all 20 are real people?
There's enough. I was thinking about the other day. There's enough real people to cover that.
But there's no engagement from them. They don't tweet us. They don't...
No, of course. You know what it is? Mostly, it just counts downloads. So if you're subscribed, then that just counts it. Your thing automatically downloads, like, or whatever, the episode, right?
So
But what do bots gain from downloading anything, though?
And that's the thing I was trying to think about too. I'm like, why would bots be on, like, subscribing on podcast sites?
Do you think that it's like they're just grabbing voice clips so that they can analyze them with like an AI to, I don't know, take over the world or something?
That's pretty scary to think about, but I don't think it's that.
Just steal info, like all the apps that supposedly like steal, like the Face app or whatever that was made in Russia, and they say they just steal your images and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like in the terms and conditions or something that they say that any pictures uploaded, they have the right to it.
Doesn't Google already do that though?
Yeah, everything does that basically.
Yeah.
Facebook,
that's like
Instagram,
the least of our
all
worries.
those. But yeah, people make a bigger deal of it because it came from Russia.
Yeah, the boogeyman, the Baba Yaga.
China, the Baba Yaga.
Well, they're all both Baba Yagas.
States are up there too, so.
Well, the States are the biggest Baba Yaga.
Except no one makes a big deal out of it.
Yeah, because they. Yeah.
Well, that's because we're from North America. I'm sure they make a big deal when you're in China. Like, you're not allowed to use Google and stuff in China.
Yeah.
What, really?
Oh, it's banned.
It's banned, yeah.
You can't access it.
But like, don't they use like Android phones?
Yeah.
They still block it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, they have different browsers. You can use the Alibaba's browser, I'm sure.
Alibaba doesn't. Let me think. What's the browser that they use?
Is it WeChat?
WeChat's not really a browser though.
WeChat does like everything else.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be like Baidu or something?
Maybe, but Baidu kind of sucks. I think if you're Apple, you just use Safari, and then if you're there's some browsers, I guess, on the phone. But you know what? Google does come preloaded on a lot of phones in China. Pretty much, you can get Google on them.
What's the but?
I'm sure there's ways people just put it on anyway.
It's just if you like, you won't be able to link. You won't be able to like link to Google. Like the firewall will stop you. It will never. It will never go through unless you have a VPN.
It's kind of weird.
I was expecting some kind of execution.
This is where we talk about our sponsor, VPN, right? NordVPN.
We have no sponsor. If they were going to sponsor, then sure, but we have nothing. So there's no point wasting time to talk about something that doesn't exist.
But yeah, it's been a taste of it. Then they'll sponsor us.
Yeah, no, fuck them. They show us the money first, and then we talk. Yeah, so it's been a month since we said anything, and I think we just said fuck it for a month, basically. I don't think there was anything. I don't think there was anything stopping us from recording. We were just lazy. But here it is, an episode after a month. Sorry to all the loyal fans that, are barely a handful of you, but yeah, here it is. Erratic schedule.
Even though we're all stuck at home and stuff.
Yeah, we have no excuse. We just didn't want. It just slipped our minds.
We've been busy with avoiding catching the virus.
Yes, this is true.
It is a full-time job.
Confirmed, this is a full-time job.
A full-time job to avoid catching the virus.
Yeah, for people that don't notice or still can't catch on, we're still recording remotely.
So, based on our health minister, we could record locally if we wanted to.
Do we really trust her, though?
Imagine if they crack down, and then this turns into like some kind of like underground activity. And then when you like come to my door, you gotta like say a password, or else I'm not gonna let you in. Or I think you're like a fucking narc. That's coming to
Why
arrest
can't we
us.
just keep it the way it is and just ring your doorbell and you just look at who it is?
No. I've never seen this man before. Hey, I'm here for the podcast. Verbal acts, I believe. Okay, yeah, come in.
I mean, I've forgotten the name of our podcast a few times.
Yeah, my name is Brian.
That's not even a hard name to pronounce. Yours is the hardest of us all.
Yeah. Wait. What were? How did? Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Go ahead, Brian. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I thought another potential answer that we could have told our guests is they may have thought we got canceled, because that's in the news a lot. Cancel culture.
Oh.
Things are getting canceled, so people might have thought Verbal Laxative got canceled.
Like, who's got allegations out there?
That's right.
It's like
You?
all the stupid things we've said. What? There's no reason for it to cancel. We're not sponsored by anyone.
If anybody was gonna snitch on us, I imagine Adrian would have alerted the authorities.
And
We
then
don't even have like people putting comments or anything, or like interacting with us. So it'd be pretty surprising if someone did just to try to get us canceled.
I feel like I would have the most at stake if I tried to cancel you guys.
Well, having a political view does put you in a position of being canceled. Like also in real life, like people who have careers, whenever they have political views, they often stay anonymous because they don't want to, people to find out their position in the political view and potentially lose their job if they don't agree with the social norms, I guess.
That's why I built myself up in this podcast to be an idiot and not knowing anything. So my opinion doesn't matter.
Well, didn't you say all lives mattered at one time?
Oh, boy, that's cancelworthy.
I don't count in that. I don't matter.
He did. In all his nonchalance, he said the one thing that would get a whole shitload of people canceled.
But I meant it in a different way because I didn't know that was a thing that people use, like ironically or whatever stupid ass crap.
And thus, you were killed in the collateral damage.
Pretty sure that's like the most dangerous thing you could have ever said in this climate.
I'm sure to be like somewhere down the line, I'll say something stupider than that. I'm sure. I don't really care because I don't even no one's approached me, so I don't think that's gonna become a thing.
Well, you think like you'd walk down the street and you're like, "Hey, I'm gonna go order some coffee." You get some coffee and someone looks at you like, "You look really familiar, but I don't know why." It's like, can you say all lives matter nonchalantly, please?
You sound very familiar. Someone,
That part would
perks
be the
up.
most surprising thing. The most surprising thing, if that were to happen, is that like, holy crap, you listen to the podcast?
He gives you he's like, would you mind saying these words for me just real quick? He hands you the slip of paper and on it says, "Hey, welcome to Verbal Accident."
That's not incriminating, or you can't.
No, he wants to confirm that it's your voice. It's you.
I'll
They'll
just
be like,
fake it anytime someone asks me that. Then
"Can you say these words for me?" Oh, I welcome the verbal accident.
But what if like the guy just goes like full like voice acting director on you, and he's just like, could you say it a little bit more nonchalantly, like it's me again?
the guy better be paying me to do that. Then
No, eventually,
Well,
will
she's like,
crack.
I'll buy you your coffee.
Yeah, he'd do it.
I don't even know if I do that for a coffee.
You would do it for a coffee.
But it's your
Fiend.
fans.
Bro, you're doing a podcast for free.
Large. Actually,
are
we
your-
pay to do this.
Well, that's
Yeah, it's worse than free.
It is. It's much worse than free.
Think of it as it's a paid hobby. It's like a golf membership.
Except
To the
actually,
country
when
club.
people take up a sport or something, they actually get better at it.
There's no
well, I
way
mean,
get
you.
better.
Well, if you think about it that way, like you've been talking for probably like 30 years or something like that of your life, right? And this is, I don't know if you're getting better at it. Like, how can you tell?
No, I'm definitely not. I think last podcast I forgot. I always forget words and phrases. That's always a thing. Last time it was PTSD that I forgot that phrase. I forgot
are
what
we
the
talking
context
about?
Did you
was.
just call it like PMSD or something?
No, I forgot what I said. I don't listen to this, but I just said like I don't know, probably. I actually don't remember. Bad
Like
memory,
STDP?
bad experience. No, I didn't actually use the letters because I couldn't think of it.
Oh, I see.
I just described it. I think is more. along
Were
those
you talking
lines.
about a Karen?
I really don't remember. Have we ever talked about Karens?
No, we have not talked about Karens.
I don't think we've used that term on here before.
Do you feel like that name is no longer used for babies because of the backlash?
My wife was saying the other day she felt sorry for anybody named Karen right now.
Yeah.
Well, like there's tons of those, right? Like there's Karens, there's Scumbag Steve, right? There's Chads. Like,
Yeah, but
what other
Karen-
names that are memed?
Yeah, but Karen is public enemy #1 right now. The abstract Karen. Not like an actual individual Karen, but the individual Karens are,
The idea of the Karen.
lying
The
low.
idea of a Karen.
I'm
But isn't
sure
like
that for new like babies, they're probably not named Karen as often now.
It probably plummeted now.
but before
Oh.
Karens, wasn't Sheila the one that people picked on?
I don't know. I don't think it was like a unified name for that. It was just that bitch that says like, "Can I speak to your manager?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the Karen. And then like before,
I know,
like
I know, but before I don't think there was like an actual name, a unified name. Like people will have their own version of whatever the fuck, some
Oh, okay, I
like
see.
nag, some
It
nag
wasn't
in their
as big
life.
of a meme. It didn't take
Right.
hold as much as Karen.
Yeah,
Mm.
now it's like unified and centralized. You know, Karen.
Have you called someone a Karen before?
No, but I know a person named Karen, and she's very nice as a person.
Rest
So-
in peace.
Yeah, rip and pepperonis.
Yeah. Did someone ever overheard you say like, "Hey, Karen," and it's like, "Don't be mean."
No, no, this was before. Like, no, I haven't talked to this person for a while, so if I don't know, I don't know how she feels about this whole thing right now. Maybe she's just
Do you
laying
think-
low at home.
Do you think
you
anyone
imagine
that
she's
is
just,
named
like-
Karen would just kind of like try to change their name at this point?
It's not worth it.
Try to sneak an L in. My name's Claren now.
Or like
Could you
know,
imagine
just,
she
like,
tried to hold a
Carrie or
funeral for her, the old her, the Karen?
Oh, jeez, yeah. That's the priest. He spits every time he says the name. I mean, like this is it's nowhere near as worse, but you have to imagine that in Germany there was a whole bunch of people that had the last name Hitler, you know, before Hitler made the name for himself, right? And then you have to think about, okay, so what did most of them have to do then after that? Did they change their names?
Yeah, probably.
Well,
I mean,
There's
at least
also-
nothing's been as bad as the Hitler name. Like, can you think of a worse name to have?
but people
Mussolini.
still name their kids Hitler. Like you see them in the news where a family.
Yeah, but that's like
Hitler.
they're trying to make like a political stance. Well, no, like you were a normal guy growing up in like 1910 Germany or whatever, and then your name was like like John Hitler or something. You're just a farmer, you know, like no relations to actual Hitler. And after World War II, you're like, oh shit, got to change it to like Hifestarter or whatever now.
Hofstadter.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
lot
Well,
harder to
could you
spell.
imagine like living through World War One with your last name is like Hitler or whatever, and you're just like, wow, this Hitler guy is like real up and coming. He's making a good out of our name, right? And you're just like, you're so proud of yourself being named.
Yeah,
Hitler.
during that time,
Tell
yeah,
about
I
it,
have
everyone.
I have the same name as the fucking the Fuhrer, man. That's
Yo,
pretty
he's so
dope.
sick.
Yeah, 1930s. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Fuck, I feel like I'm
Oh,
at
did
the
he
top
just
of the world.
industrialize Germany?
I hope this lasts a long time.
Man, you probably get attacked. Like just people seeing his name after that.
I imagine so.
He probably doesn't hand out business cards in 1940.
Well, I'm hoping that all the Karens are staying safe right now.
Well, I don't think anyone's attacking Karens.
One of these days.
Hopefully
You
not.
think so?
People are quite stupid, so
Are Karens the ones that are also against masks? They don't wear masks, right?
Well, they're the
as
ones
the
that are.
meme goes,
Everybody.
yeah.
Yeah, is that archetype, right? That's
Mm.
that
They're like
archetype
the
of like
arrogant type,
yeah,
stubborn.
like I'm upset about this and I want to talk to your manager,
Mm.
right?
Well, the mass of people at it, I feel like it's everyone that is doing it.
You're cutting it in and out. What are you doing? Are you like twirling your mic?
Actually, you're cutting in now on my
Oh,
end
me too. We're all cutting
little
in and
bit.
out.
Discord having issues?
Oh, maybe.
I'm getting wrecked here.
But Adrian was the worst last second.
Yeah.
Well, what
Oh,
was I
you're
saying?
good.
Okay, that's good.
You're
now.
good. You're good now.
Shit. What was I saying? Oh yeah, right. So from all the videos I see of these people that are just unmasked and they just like resist wearing them for some reason, it just seems to be like everyone, or more so like these sovereign citizen types, if you will.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It seems to be like a predominantly North American thing.
Well, like southern U.S. too, or southern U.S. I think is what Adrian's
Especially,
talking
yeah,
about.
like Florida and stuff
Oh yeah.
like that.
But like,
Oh.
they're also making a law, right? In Georgia, the governor passed a law that you can't make it mandatory to wear a mask in your institution. So, like, even the government's on the side of people not wearing masks.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid because that's just grandstanding. Because if the federal government says everybody has to wear a mask, then everybody has to do it anyways.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like the federal government oversees.
Well, in times of like, in something that's like emergency, which I imagine this could be fall into. They're really anal about their shitty laws and separations of power too.
Yeah, because they want to seem. It's all about
Yeah.
independence over there, right?
Yeah, but it's mostly yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I don't think they have a really little leg to stand on because usually, what they try to separate is like, oh, the federal government can't tell can't tell the state of Florida to do something that is very local and like overtly, I guess, overturn some very locally specific law. But a pandemic is not going to be local by any means, right? So I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna fucking deal with that. But like I think they're just doing it for show, anyways. Because by the time it reaches the
Yeah.
Supreme Court, it takes like fucking years. So
By that time, it's not important.
yeah.
It's just I don't know. They treat it like a gun law, like the Second Amendment, where
It is, and then there's a lot of like this whole thing is like it's from the same crowd of like the conspiracy nuts where they say
5G nuts?
well even like well the same kind of idiocy, right, where they say where they think 5G is bad for you. There's also that thing trending around like social media where it's like like wearing a mask could be detrimental to your health, especially if you have asthma or breathing problems, something like that.
I think there's like specific cases of some people who, wearing masks would be worse for them, but for the majority, it shouldn't be a big deal.
I don't even know, man. I don't see how the mask would be detrimental very much. I think it's like more of a comfort issue. Some people just not comfortable breathing through one.
How am I
And then-
supposed to smoke with a mask? Like,
Have you seen that video where these two guys try to give out masks for free?
Oh, in Florida, in
Is it
Huntington
Florida?
Beach.
Oh yeah.
Huntington Beach. Yeah.
Is that wait, what?
I thought that was
Huntington Beach,
California,
Florida?
man.
Is that California?
Yeah.
It's in a coast.
Huntington Beach, Florida. All right. I was like, where are we?
Fake American detective. No,
But yeah,
Aren't
for
we all
people that haven't
Americans?
seen it, it's these two guys. They're giving out masks for free, and they go along the beach. There's like tons of people without masks.
Yeah.
And for the people that they showed in the video, at least, they were making a huge deal about them trying to give people masks and like rejecting it and saying how it's a scam, how the coronavirus isn't real, or COVID, I should say, and how it goes against their rights and everything.
yeah.
And
I like-
it's so stupid.
A big thing is against the rights. They just feel like you can't. It's like that mindset of you can't make me do this because I live in America. You can't make people do this in America. That's the way they think.
It's so stupid. There's
It
all
is the
like
land of
there's
the
so
free.
many people outside too. Like in that video, you just see people everywhere.
They didn't. There's like no social distancing.
And yeah, they're not even. That's the reason
mean,
they're
I
not
even
even.
want to fight them.
He's stupid.
You know what? At least they're outside.
All right. Have you guys heard of the Ariana Grande cultural? What is it called? What's that word called? It's a term, cultural something, where you like take other
Cultural
Oh,
appropriation.
appropriation?
appropriation. Yeah,
No, I haven't heard of
About-
this. Which culture did she appropriate?
black culture. Because like if you, I guess I don't know these trolls, but they took what she looks like when she was the Disney star, or sorry, Nickelodeon star. She was like white as fuck, and took a picture of her now, and she's looking more black. Like her skin is a lot more tanned. She has that big ponytail.
Wait, so are they arguing that like because she has a tan, she's appropriating like black culture or something?
Yeah, exactly. They're accusing her that she's appropriating being black, I guess, or black culture.
That's it, just from the tan.
Just how she looks now, I guess. So, and like, I guess when you compare it side by side, it's kind of like it's not like she did that spontaneously. It was a gradual transition, right? But if you were to take like her picture when she was younger on TV, she was very white, and if you were to look at her now, I guess you could be fooled that she may not have been. I guess.
You know what?
Even
I like
know
to
her
think.
background.
I like to think that this was deliberate. That she was like every day she would get darker and darker, and by her own making, and she's like, "I'm almost there. I'm almost there. My dream is almost fulfilled of being a black woman."
But does
Yeah.
she act black or anything? Or is it just the way she looks? Like that's it.
I don't know. I don't think she acts black.
We're not
That's
like
just the way she looks. Like if she's just getting a tan, then that's more so on the people and not her.
But I don't know,
fault.
how about rappers, like white rappers, like when they act
Eminem?
gangster, like Eminem, are they acting
He's still
black?
very white.
He looks very white, but does he act white? You know?
I don't know. He dropped a lot of N words.
Yeah, and no one calls him out on it. He's immune. He's the only one that can say it without being called out, right?
Well, he didn't. Yeah, well, but he didn't say. He didn't start dropping the N word when he got famous. It was before he was famous. There was tons of like mixtapes of him just dropping it.
Uh,
But I think that would be more so from his career choice rather than a race.
I'm surprised he
Choice.
doesn't get I'm surprised he didn't get canceled. So much ammo you could just use to cancel.
He's very politically savvy as a rapper.
That is true. No one even mentioned it during the whole BLM thing.
He was like, he sort of just slinked into the background and was like, I hope nobody listens to anything.
Well, he has some very high connections.
They gave him permission. He has the
Yeah.
card carrying member.
You think Dr. Dre actually like slips him a physical card?
Yeah, it's
Pretty much, man.
it's like renewed every 5 years too.
But I thought that
It's like
I thought that
permanent
excuse
residency.
I thought that excuse doesn't work well to say like I have a friend that's black or my best friend
But
is
his
black.
but
friends are like high up there.
He has the
They're
card.
very famous.
he has the PR card. All he has to do is renew it every 5 years, and he's able to say he's able to
like
get away
in
with
the
it.
inner circle.
Mm. Okay.
I guess that's how it works.
Yeah.
It's
It
just
doesn't- Mhm.
yeah. It's as long as nobody goes like digging into whatever someone says back then, and then they can get away with it. I think even Mark Wahlberg got fucked recently.
What did he say?
The N word.
Oh, in what context? Like,
I don't know. Just he's from Boston, so he just said it.
okay.
I'm curious if he said it in a song.
What? Oh yeah. No,
You forgot
I don't
about
think
Marky
so.
Mark?
Well, he wouldn't be Marky Mark if he already said it in the song, right? He's not like he doesn't have the same like PR backing that Eminem has. Marky Mark is all white. Fuck, who else? A whole bunch of fucking people.
But when you do look up cultural appropriation, there are some pictures that are like, when you look at it, it's confusing. Like, are they black or are they white?
I mean, you know, like, you guys know Fat Joe, the rapper Fat Joe?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll know Fat Joe. Fat Joe's basically Hispanic, but he drops the N-word all the time. And I think he's got a little bit of black in him, so basically that's his card. He can say it in every song. But, I mean, like, if you're talking about, like, cultural appropriation, pretty much every rapper in the 90s and early 2000s, even before then, of course, all of them, you know, they basically acted black, right?
Yeah. I guess the question is, why are people up in arms about it? It's normal. Like, nothing is original. Everyone takes from everyone. Everyone
Well, they're
copies
up in
from
arms
everyone.
about it because right now, the current environment has shifted, right?
Right.
Everyone's sensitive to everything.
Yeah. Like, would you consider drag queens? Well, it's not cultural appropriation. They're appropriating something.
Wait. You're gonna have to run through this one real slow, Brian.
Can you give an example?
Yeah, like who is culturally appropriating being a drag queen?
Appropriating my dick.
And whose culture is it, I guess?
It's not a cultural
Appropriating-
appropriation. But it would be some kind of
Appropriating
appropriating.
the vagina.
Yeah. You're
Oh,
copying.
this is actually a
love-
good segue into one thing that I think we should talk about. I think Adrian shared with me an article a couple days ago, and it was, you know what, you say it. I think you can explain it better than I can.
Well, I think more or less the gist of it was that if you are not having sex with trans women because they have a penis, you're a bigot.
You're transphobic.
Okay.
Yes.
And then
I mean,
what was the quote from that one lesbian that was enraged by this?
The one lesbian said something to the effect of like, it's like, well, I'm a lesbian for a reason. If I wanted to have sex with a dick, I wouldn't be a lesbian.
That's kind of the whole point.
I mean, yeah.
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 I mean, there's not much arguing that.
You would think.
But is it transphobic?
It's transphobic now. You better. You know what? You hook up with a girl. If you hook up with a girl and she turns out to have a dick, you're gonna have to take it. This is 2020 now. You can't just not take the dick.
I mean, there's some women, like normal women out there without male genitalia that I wouldn't want to have sex with.
Bigot.
Yeah, I said a very risky thing by saying that statement, but I promised that I would say something stupid.
You're risking your career.
This is how we all get canceled.
Thank God I'm married, so I don't have to deal with this minefield. Everything. Do you have a dick? Please say it. You have to tell me. I'm so scared.
Man,
What if
that'd
your
be
wife
a
just canceled
huge
you too?
surprise.
Just be like, I'm not being like transphobic or anything. I support everything. I just don't want dick tonight.
Just tonight, though. I mean, some other
Please.
time, maybe.
It's been too much. I've been taken advantage of too much.
You know, 2020's not over yet. plenty of terrible things can still happen.
Oh my gosh! Could you imagine how many eggshells you'd have to walk on if that was the case for you in your everyday?
Fuck. Like, you know what? Like, if at that point it would have to be. I don't know how it is with people nowadays. Do they say like, "Do you consent? I consent" right before they're about to do it? I have no idea.
You have to,
you have to say those words exactly. But
if it was something like that, I imagine that the conversation will also have to be, "Do you consent? Yes, I consent. Do you have a penis? No, I don't have a penis."
Yeah, there's a whole form.
Yeah, I think I would probably just want like a printed out form, and I'd want it notarized afterwards.
It's like your health card that you carry around. Can I see your card? Run the number.
It's like when in those cities or areas that have legalized prostitution or sex workers that they have to get regularly tested.
Mm-hmm.
They'll just do that for everyone in their everyday life.
It's too crazy. It's too wild of a world. I have to get off the ride.
Well, again, you're already married, so at least you have one less thing to worry about.
Yeah, so I'm not. I don't have to ride it anymore. So,
is there some way we can just like cancel 2020 and we can just go next?
No, if anything, 2020 cancels you.
In Soviet Russia.
You mustn't do it.
Oh God, Soviet Russia must be normal if it was still a thing.
Are you implying that it's not a thing?
Soviet Russia?
Are you implying that it collapsed at some point, maybe after Gorbachev?
Which
yes, he's
timeline are we in?
Yes, he's implying that that's what happened. Jason's like, shit, am I in the alternate dimension again? The Soviet Union won.
I hate when this happens. I'd have trouble pinpointing when that happened. You know what? Things aren't too different.
Yeah.
Well, did we have any actual topics?
Well, we could talk about China.
Oh God.
China.
Oh God.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Everyone
sure?
just.
Do you want to?
Just up in arms on the new law that China posted.
Oh, I love it.
You love it?
I love it so much.
I know. I follow these YouTubers who are like Americans who lived in China or made their lives in China, and through their vlogging, they're like fleeing the country because of the new law, I guess.
Can you describe the law to us, Brian?
No.
Who is it? Who are the YouTubers? I bet it's Serpent.
It's like Laoway or something.
Yeah, Laoway and Serpenza. Yeah, they're the worst.
Yeah.
They're the
worst, exactly.
I have no idea who they are.
They're the worst.
Their videos aren't that great.
You'll learn nothing if you listen to them.
I just happened to catch that one that they were talking about. They had to flee the country because China's after them.
Of course. The guy, the Serpenza guy, the bald one, he was working as a teacher in China, English language teacher, but he didn't have his certificate. And then when the country was like, okay, they're kicking him out, then he started to make a big fuss about it. And then
I thought he also made a TV show for China, like called ADV or something.
No. Here, yeah, it was a YouTube channel. It wasn't a TV show for China. It was a TV. It wasn't a TV show for China. It was a YouTube channel. Him and the other guy, Laowai.
Yeah.
And
okay, so it's a separate channel.
Yeah, this guy's kind of like a fraud actually, because he. You notice earlier on in a lot of his episodes, he was just wearing a suit, like a douchebag.
He still does. I think he still does.
Yeah, so he basically he scammed his way into a lot of some of these like teaching jobs, saying that he was a professor of whatever, and then he was like, like basically lying about his credentials. Anyways, he got in trouble for that, and then ever since he got in trouble for that, he's been coming out with negative videos and shit. Because he doesn't live in the country anymore.
No, I think they're in Hong Kong or they're in the US now.
They don't live in the country anymore. Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they get a lot of like money now to make the videos that they make now, which is a negative, much more.
But they must have a fan base. Well, they are.
There's
a fan base.
Oh yeah, there's a huge fan base.
So what are their fan base like? Hong Kong?
Anybody that doesn't like China, they would go to them. Right? A huge fan base.
It's like there's another channel called, I think it's like China Uncensored.
Oh yeah, that's another that channel is a Falun Gong channel. That's
Oh,
fun.
is
That's
it?
like directly funded by Falun Gong. Yeah, that one,
Oh,
and
that's
also another
hilarious.
channel, a news channel called NT New Tang Dynasty NTD TV, New Tang Dynasty Television. That's a Falun Gong, also a Falun Gong media outlet.
Oh
And
man,
then
that
yeah,
Falun Gong, man.
oh yeah, they got a lot of shit going on. Uh, and then like Epoch Times, that's Falun Gong as well, and basically one of the biggest Chinese language newspapers in North America. And then what else? They got a whole bunch of shit.
But anyways, what is this new law? If you could tell us.
It's a security law, so anything that advocates separatism, terrorism, and uh, along those lines, it's enforced now. Back then, it wasn't
But it's
actually. Back then, it was already written in the basic law when the basic law was enacted. Back then, during handover in '97, but it was never enforced and gone through the legislative council in Hong Kong. They tried to do it in 2000. I want to say three, sometime earlier on. And then, but the chief executive at the time, he kind of chickened out when he saw that there was like 100,000 people that came out on the streets to oppose this. So he shelved it for like, so it got shelved, right? And no one brought it up again until this year, because last year the entire city went into protest for like months. So then at that point they say you can't just keep this law on the shelf anymore. Just you got to pass it through. So then they passed it through.
And so why are these? So the extent of it is only within China, right? Like
It's
you can.
no what everybody's making a big deal out of is one article. I think it was Article 36 or something that says entities that take part in these activities, even if it's not inside Hong Kong, like if you could be indicted, you could be arrested or whatever if you set foot in Hong Kong, right? And then the intent of the law is basically to target like foreign outfits like NGOs and whatnot, like NED, right? American National Endowment of Democracy or whatever. It was meant to target stuff like that because those guys actively like came in and advised and also did a lot of funding with like Joshua Wong's group.
Right.
So then but like they don't ever have to set foot in Hong Kong, right? But you could, so the law was made that if you receive financing from these people or any kind of help, and then these people that weren't directly involved but had a hand in these things, if they set foot, they can be indicted under these laws, right? And this is common language. And the funny thing is, this language for this law was lifted from like the security laws that you have in like Canada, the United States, right? Especially the United States with the Patriot Act and the anti-terrorism laws, where like the people that take part, they don't actually ever have to set foot on the United States soil. But like if you're ISIS or whatever, and then you were advocating jihad and shit away from on America, but you never stepped foot in American soil, like then you could be taken care of by this law, right? But the American one is obviously you don't even have to be in America. You could be in a completely different country, and they can just kill you by a drone, right? And then under their own laws, that'll be completely legal. On this one, yeah, the freak out is that feeling where it's like, oh, you don't have to break any of these laws while setting foot in Hong Kong. You don't have to be in Hong Kong, but you break these laws and you set foot in Hong Kong, they can arrest you. So that's what everybody's freaking out about.
Yeah, that's also as much as I know.
This is the mountain out of a molehill, because honestly, like Macau's already had, like every country has these laws. Macau already passed these laws back then in 2000 something.
But the thing is, like other countries are piling on China, right? Like Canada was saying
Yeah.
how
So it's not
it's infringed on people's rights, or like UK saying we will accept these refugees of Hong Kong.
Yeah. It's all just political grandstanding and shit. Because the game plan right now is basically this new Cold War dynamic is taking shape. So then people are basically assessing what sides to take and what sides to not take, right?
What's the new Cold War? Who's the fighters?
Well, the United States and China is the new Cold War, right?
So are the missiles 5G?
Like, what are they threatening with each other?
Well, there's just two
Cancellation
big powers.
of our social media, like they'll take away our Instagram and we take away their TikTok kind of thing.
That's what the Hong Kong people are afraid of.
They're gonna
How do
lose
we
their
express
TikToks.
ourselves on these things on
like,
social media?
Where do I get my TikToks if they're gone?
Yeah, no, it's these two countries that are basically that are kind of like getting more and more hostile with each other. So it's going to be, instead of like back then, there was still maybe a hope from some people that the new world order would be one of, I guess, cooperation with the United States as head of this world order, as the hegemon. But obviously they're heading into the shitter, and then if China's coming, the up and coming one, and this the old reactionary order doesn't like this at all, right? So you're gonna see a lot more of these tensions. But just like Cold War #1, no one actually wants to go into an actual war, right? Because nobody wants to glass the entire fucking planet. So it's going to be a cold one. It's going to be waged over, media, public perception, public prestige, and just fucking subterfuge.
I was thinking the nukes could be like a tweet or like a viral video.
That's the new weapon. Viral videos, tweets.
Those get fired all the time.
Yeah, and yeah, that's the new frontier of the 21st century war. It's a completely electronic one.
Then it's not Cold War if everyone's shooting.
That's true.
Well, you're not getting like cooked alive, so that's why it's not a hot war. It's still a relatively cold war.
It's low risk shots. It's like paintball.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be, obviously it's much better if the war's fought with memes, right? But
meme warriors, man.
Yeah, obviously, right? But in reality, what they would like is a war that will be fought using like actual material and shit. But the United States, for the obvious reasons, can't keep up like they used to. In fact, they're very sick right now, so they're basically doing pretty bad. So,
what are you talking about? When you mean keep up in what sense?
Like military-wise, like production-wise, and material-wise.
So,
right?
Because I heard there's an article that talked about the U.S. Army was streaming on Twitch trying to recruit people.
Oh yeah.
And they were giving out scam giveaways because they were like, "Oh, we're doing a giveaway," and you click on the link and it's just a recruitment page. And there was nothing about like what the prize was or when the prize would be drawn. You were just entering your name to be getting recruited. So
everyone's a winner.
Yeah, Twitch had to ban that because it was against their policy, I think. But yeah, so I guess when you're saying they're weak, maybe that's what they were trying to do: get some gamers on or hire some trolls and get them to meme China.
Well, they had to think of something because they're not doing very well. They're getting just shit on, right? And yeah, if this is what it's come to, where just the army goes on Twitch to try to fucking meme its way to victory, then go ahead. Right?
I think I would join the army if your job was just to create memes and troll.
Well, what if you got hired to meme and then they're just like, oh yeah, here's your gun.
Yeah. You're just posting South Korea, right?
What am I supposed to do with this? Can't meme with this.
It's like, well, you could take your meme straight to the 39th parallel.
39, 38th, man. If it's 39th,
No.
You're already in North Korea.
That's the beauty of it.
You're mad, man.
He's just memeing.
No, I welcome a meme war. You know, like it's like one of those things where it's like, you know, a flame war is better than fucking, you know, two people like stabbing each other in the face, right? So fucking just take it. I'd take a meme war any day. That'd be great. Let off some steam, send some memes. But I've seen some. Yeah, it escalates and we're all dead, right? But I've seen like the recently I just saw like a U.S. Navy memes. They're trying to meme on like the South China Sea. It was so bad. It's like it's just complete posts of cringe. So I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about the military memes yet.
Well,
They're not advanced
I
enough
would
yet.
like to see us actually engage in an actual conflict, and then like when we look back at the history books, there'll just be like a picture of like Pepe or something. Like
He's the Archduke.
This is inside. Yeah,
This is the Archduke
Ferdinand.
Ferdinand Pepe.
Just a little random Pepe.
That would be the worst.
I would think Pepe would be more of like a arms dealer. I mean, he's so widely used in memes.
Yeah.
He's gonna be on the next. He's gonna be on the flag of the next next iteration of America after it collapses. I've put in my prediction already. There's gonna be one portion of America, a remnant of America that uses Pepe as a flag, unironically.
I could believe it would be Chaz.
Whatever happened to that area? I wonder if there's still if it still exists.
I don't know. They must, right?
First of all, do you guys know what Chaz is?
No, I can't say I do.
So in Seattle, in the middle of the big protest for George Floyd, in Seattle, there's a neighborhood called Capitol Hill. What a bunch of protesters did was they basically secured the Capitol Hill neighborhood as their own autonomous region, and they proclaimed it as like a separate territory of the United States.
What?
The Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone.
Yeah, and then they were like administering it as if it was a separate state.
Okay, that's
The
interesting.
dream.
How did they pull that off? That
Oh, it's just there's no cops in the area. That's all.
Fence.
Yeah,
They just had a big
there's
fence.
just no cops that entered the area. So then they started writing fucking Chaz on the street in chalk and like said, "Oh yeah, this is our new country."
couldn't they like? Isn't that like a federal kind of thing that they could get arrested for? It's like
I
treason,
imagine so.
isn't it, in a way?
Well, I don't think they will. I don't think they will slap all that heavy stuff on them because I don't think they want to like exacerbate the situation. I think to the federal authorities, they're just treating it as a protest, right? Because there's that. If you recall, during times when there wasn't a protest, there was that guy that like. There's a couple times where people just like carve out a little piece of land for themselves, whether it's like a derelict offshore oil rig or whatever.
Oh, like Sealand?
Yeah, or something like that. And then they would be like, "Oh, this is the Republic of I don't know, like fucking the Republic of James or some shit, right?" And it would just be like this little platform or whatever. And then the guy was like, "Yeah, this is the sovereign territory of whatever." And then the authorities, they wouldn't just come in and just start fucking like murdering him or whatever, but they would just like they would treat it as a joke until you know like the order came up top from to be like, okay, just fucking get this asshole out of here, and then they would come in and be like, okay, we're shutting off your water, you know, so enjoy your little republic, and then usually the guy like capitulates after that.
Don't people do something similar with like man-made islands and stuff?
Yeah, if they're not part of a
It's like same line of thought there.
Yeah, I mean, like the private islands, if they're owned privately, that's fine. But usually, you try to carve out land from an existing country, they don't really take it that well.
Homer do this in The Simpsons? Like, didn't he try and like section off his house from the rest of Springfield?
I think so.
And, like he built a moat and stuff, and I can't remember what he called it, but I remember this being the plot of an episode.
They did something like that in Family Guy. I don't remember. In
Okay, it might have been Family Guy.
Because yeah, they was it Peterland or something, but they
Oh yeah,
there was a joke like he wanted to name it Pretoria or something. But that was already a thing.
I think you're right. Yeah.
That's a good name.
Yeah, so yeah, you could totally do something like that and not be fucking indicted for treason. It's just how badly you want to enforce your borders.
Does the United States have anything against secession?
Oh yeah, they fought a civil war over it.
Well, yeah, but that was like hundreds of years ago. Since then, this is new progressive 2020 America.
They would still fight a war with it. They no questions asked. They would fight a war with it. Texas had a petition a couple years back where it's like, hey, who sign this petition if you want the Republic of Texas to secede from the Union. They got way over 100,000 signatures, and then a couple years ago, and then the White House, they have the White House kind of has a rule, but that any kind of political petition that reaches 100,000 signatures.
Yeah, they have to look at it.
They have to, but it's like just to like amuse everyone. They say they respond to petitions that get more than 100,000 signatures, and then the White House statement was basically, yeah, this is illegal, so fuck off.
Wait, how did Quebec get Ottawa to hold a referendum?
This got Ottawa to hold a referendum. That's all they did.
They just asked.
I think at the time it wasn't Chrétien that was prime minister. It was in the 90s something, right?
Yeah.
So at that time it was kind of a little bit of political calculation, but also like it's kind of within the laws of Canada that you can hold these referendums. They're not legally binding. It's just referendum for the sake of referendums. And then depending on what result the referendum gets, then the politician would, decide to actually go forward with this on the account that this is like what the majority wants to do, or they can just be like, no, this is a dumb referendum. I don't have to do anything, right? So then at the time, I think Chrétien just wanted to fucking... I think it was sort of the same thinking as David Cameron when he decided to do the Brexit referendum. I think he was like jockeying to try to secure a lot of more political capital to do what he wanted to do, and to do that he kind of needed to get this whole Brexit thing out of the way. And I think his thinking was, we do a referendum and then fucking Brexit gets defeated, then everyone can shut up about that, and then I get a lot more of a stronger position to push through whatever shitty David Cameron law he wanted to do, like I don't know, harvest like baby stem cells or whatever the fuck and eat them. But Chrétien, that was his thinking too. But unlike Cameron, his thing actually didn't blow up in his face, and Quebec didn't vote to separate in the end. So then Chrétien's plan worked out.
But it was really close.
It was, yeah, it was
like
on the 50 mark.
49.7 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was at the coin toss mark. So then I think he was like clenching his butthole on the night of the referendum, and he was like, "Oh fuck, this is a lot closer than I thought it was." But he got out of it at the end. He was like, "Oh shit," he goes, breathe a sigh of relief and wipe that sweat off. David Cameron though, he shat himself when he saw the end results. Because he had to resign after he was done. His political career was done. He was like, "Oh shit, I didn't expect that to happen," and then he was forced to fucking leave, and then everyone else after him had to like clean up his shitty mess.
Aren't they still kind of dealing with that?
They're still cleaning up his shitty mess.
Oh
when
man,
do they actually get to Brexit?
What?
When do they actually get to do it?
When do they actually get to do it?
Yeah,
I don't know. They keep on asking for extensions and stuff. It's pretty close now. I think they've used up most of the patience from the European Union.
Well, I think they probably got an extension with COVID, right?
Yeah, but like fucking Donald Tusk and the previous guy Juncker, they were just like, they had it with Britain. They're like, fucking just leave already.
They're overstaying their welcome.
Yeah, like, you guys wanted to leave, so fucking leave then. And we had that whole episode of Brexit too, so anybody that needs a refresher can go listen to that, and then we'll get another hit on the downloads.
What do you do when you have guests over and you want to politely ask them to leave, but you don't want to tell them to leave?
You start yawning.
You yawn, put on your PJs, and like, oh, it's late.
It's like,
dude,
let me go take a shower real quick.
You don't even have to be that passive. Just be like, all right, I'm going to sleep now. And then if the other guy's like, oh, great, yeah, I'm going to sleep here too, then you'll be like, you what?
Or if it's Simpson, he just tells us to end the podcast.
Yeah, get out.
Take off my pants.
Well,
Take off your
sounds like
pants.
an invitation.
You know what? That's what you should do. You take off your pants. That's what Except knowing Brian, he probably doesn't say anything yet. He just gets up abruptly and he goes, and then he just takes off his pants.
What if then his guests want to stay even longer?
Or his guest just call the cops on him.
On him in his own home. That's a way to assert dominance.
Or subservient.
What if that's how Brian ends up getting cancelled?
We'll understand. Don't worry.
It's like the police report's like, well, allegedly you randomly took off your pants at, let's see, was this 4 a.m?
It's okay, they don't know his face, so then we do like a fake cancel, and we tell all our fans to be like, yeah, we you know what, we'll do that, we'll do the entire cookie cutter cancel speech, be like, I just want to say, we just want to apologize to all of our fans.
We'll strive to do better, but we're severing ties.
We have a lot
here.
to think about for these past few hours, and we want you to know that we're better than this, and we will strive to, be better and hopefully win back your trust. And then nothing will happen. We'll just change like Brian's name.
This is Ryan.
Yeah. No, this is B Money Y. He's a different guy. And then we'll just roll with that.
And then Brian
And
can
I'll
do
just
the,
be like, I
Austin Powers
can't
voice.
remember that name, so I'm just gonna call him Brian as his nickname.
Okay.
No one bats an eye.
Yeah, don't worry, man. You won't get canceled. We'll do the old switcheroo on you.
With the fake mustache.
Wow,
I'd
being
be pretty
cancelled.
stoked if we even reached a point in this podcast life that it becomes popular enough for us to actually have to think about what we say.
If anything, we'd be like having to apologize, like fucking James
Man.
or Adrian.
Multiple times per episode for sure.
Well, like, there's other type of cancel that I thought was interesting. Like, have you heard of Dr. Disrespect?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I never watched his stuff though.
I never watched his stuff, but the way
But
he
he's
got
like,
canceled was
he
really
got kicked
interesting.
off Twitch, right?
Yeah, silently. Like,
what did he do?
Yeah, how did he get cancelled?
I have no idea what happened.
well, no one knows. Like Twitch suddenly refunded everyone who subscribed to Dr. Disrespect, and he never showed up on Twitch again. And
He
he
finally disrespected too many people.
Oh, he got
he
a
tweeted
doctorate,
saying he didn't get any formal word from Twitch, and yeah, he just said he has no idea either. But I think he probably knows, but it seems like due to legal reasons, he's not saying anything. So he might be taking legal actions.
Alright,
But,
what kind of content did he have before?
He's
I'm
just
not
a
familiar with
streamer.
the guy.
He has a brand. It's sunglasses with a mustache. He has a
Okay.
fake wig
Yeah,
on.
he looks pretty douchey.
He looks
Okay.
douchey. He looks like he's from a different era, like the 70s, maybe 80s.
He's got like
Wait,
a mullet.
he's
with
Dr.
sunglasses on all
Disrespect.
the time.
What does he disrespect? What's he famous for disrespecting?
I don't know,
I
he
think
has,
he's
like-
just famous for playing games. I
He's
only
just-
know that he plays like Fortnite or some stupid crap like that.
But it's his branding. It's so
Okay.
good. Like he has a big following. People love him for his character, or caricature.
Have you heard of the meme Shungite?
Mhm.
No. What is
No.
that?
That I think came from him. He was doing this stupid thing where it's like he bought Shungite, and he's saying how it's used to block 5G radiation and stuff like that.
Mm.
So Shungite started becoming a meme.
So yeah, that's why I felt like we should have made like Shungites. We could sell a lot and become rich.
It's so stupid. It's just a rock. Like, what the hell?
Well, we
Wasn't
need to prepare for this 5G assault, right?
Yeah.
5G is how the internet catches.
I think if
COVID.
we create an app that prevents 5G, we would make millions.
The app that runs on 5G that prevents 5G.
Exactly.
Needs 5G connection to work.
Yeah, it absorbs the 5G when you connect to it, and it just absorbs it.
Why don't we just make the app so it turns off their internet?
Mm-hmm.
Then it'd be like, hey, yeah, we blocked it.
You see, it's not good enough to be like that, though. Usually, these people, you have to get into like, you have to become the made man in their eyes, like Alex Jones and shit, right? Then like when you sell like some product that will make the world flatter or block 5G and shit, they will buy that stuff up once you become a made man.
See, I feel like in this scamming world, the ones that are really easy, or not easy, but like seems to have a market is like what is it called? Health science. Like things like chakras or protein powder in the sense.
Yeah, it's all dumb. It's all dumb.
Yeah, you just
BS.
make up stuff, and you don't need to be FDA approved, right? So you could just sell people, chalk and mix it with water, and then good for the workout. And
You know what though? I would separate it because there's people, there's genuine like bad scamming where like some fucking guy from India calls in some old person's house and they basically just fucking get them to like wire their like bank information over. That would be like like fucking the bad scamming that like it should be stopped and shit. But the other scam where it's like, yeah, you're going to sell a rock to some idiot that thinks it's going to stop 5G or something. I think those people need to get scammed way more.
So, sorry, which side are you on?
Which side am I on?
Yeah.
Who do you want to scam?
Wasn't it obvious? I was pretty direct on who I wanted to be the recipient of the scam.
Well, recently Twitter also got hacked, and it kind of shook the world a bit. People are kind of, insecurity. It's because like Twitter is a pretty big company, and they have very competent engineers or software engineers. So for them to get hacked is quite a story.
Allegedly. What if Twitter's entire security apparatus was just a piece of shit? What if it was just like a wet banana?
What if Twitter did it themselves?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what if they're just like, what if
The
they're
millions.
like, we need...
The guy's like worth like a couple billion, but he needs the millions. Taking down his own the reputation of his own site. Just to scam a couple million bitcoins.
I mean, it's completely plausible, right? Like, I'm not hearing anything refuting the plausibility of this happening.
Jack Dorsey, why'd you do it? The thrill.
We should
But you're
make
worth
a business.
billions. But you're worth billions. You can't put a price on that feeling.
Well, like I was watching the Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary, and he was,
yeah.
and then like it wasn't when they talk about like him and his gambling, right?
Yeah.
And then he's just like, oh, like, but Mike, why do you gamble? Like, you don't need the money. And he's like, yeah, but I want your money. Like, I want to know that I have your 20 in my pocket. That's why I want to win.
Damn.
Like, so why can't Jack Dorsey be the
Yeah,
same?
but he's not like sabotaging the Chicago Bulls, so just so he can win the 20 off of you.
Oh man, he loses his contract, but he gets that $20.
Just for that feeling. It's completely different.
You're still a gangster, eh?
I mean, he could though, right? Like, there's a lot of arguments for why he shouldn't do it, but no one's saying that he can't do it.
Oh man, this is the gateway thoughts that pushes a person into conspiracy theories after that.
I'm a big fan.
There's nothing saying that 5G won't kill you.
Yeah, there's also nothing not saying that 5G isn't just a mind control apparatus.
You know what? I like that. I want. If only you could continue this train of thought. I want to revisit where you are in life like a year later.
But after 5G rolls out, I'll be in my tinfoil tomb.
Great. Just another thing for me to worry about.
I mean, yeah, like that's even implying we'll make it through this year's Zinzin.
Yes, this is true. 2020 has been is so dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
If you survive COVID, you might be getting canceled.
Yeah.
Live
Yeah, we
long
don't know
enough
if the
to get
show's
canceled.
gonna last past 2020. We might get canceled.
Honestly, I don't even give a shit. Like, most of the people getting canceled, I don't really care for them, anyways. So it's just like, they're scared of getting canceled, and then the other people be like, yeah, you should get canceled. And I'm just laughing at both of them, like, fucking burn them all, both of them. It doesn't matter. Who
Do you
cares?
know anyone that's got canceled? Like,
Yeah, who
are there any,
cares?
like big things out there that got canceled?
Aside from like people that already whine too much and are like already right wing conspiracy theorists, I fucking whatever, get canceled then.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah,
canceled.
So far, nothing I care about got canceled.
Get them to cancel. Try to attempt to cancel Ariana Grande. Do it.
For that cultural appropriation.
Fucking do it. Mark Wahlberg get canceled? Hell yeah. Who cares? I don't care.
What? You're gonna miss those good vibrations, though.
Yeah, whatever, man. Take that Twitter away from that, man. Fuck that. Maybe he'll become Marky Mark 2 after he gets off his ass.
Oh my god. If he gave up on his movie career because he got air quotes canceled and took up rapping again, I would be ecstatic.
Jeez, you know what? He's too rich to even care about it. Like, the whole fucking show Entourage was kind of loosely based around his life, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Has he done anything lately? I don't remember the last movie he was in.
I don't know. Like, he just works out at his house, I guess.
He worked out on his driveway.
Yeah, fucking Entourage is loosely based around Mark Wahlberg and his friends. His entourage of friends.
Oh. I thought Entourage was a show with nothing but unlikable characters.
Oh yeah.
Are you implying that Marky Mark isn't a stand-up man?
Even in Entourage, the character that's based loosely off of him is very embellished already, right? Not an N-word from the guy at all.
Oh. Reverse embellished. Like toned down.
De-embellished. But yeah, fucking cancel him. Who cares?
Yeah. Everyone's gonna get canceled eventually, I guess, at some point.
Get canceled. See, I'm the opposite of B Money is so like deathly scared of getting canceled. I'm like, bring it, cancel everything.
I just would want to see how we would get canceled. Who would approach us?
Well, it doesn't matter. If everything's canceled, then it doesn't matter.
You know what? Someone's gonna take a look at your like inactive Twitter account and be like, cancel that man.
Well, we do have a verbal access to Twitter. But now that you know, you'd be suspect number one.
I'm surprised our Twitter wasn't hacked, saying give us 1,000 and
we only have 1 follower. If we get canceled, we know who it is. It's Jason's friend.
Yeah,
and possibly
hilarious.
Adrian now after.
That'd be hilarious.
I don't monitor it anymore. No one will read it.
If someone tweets at us and be like, "Hey, your account said this, and I gave you guys 1,000 bitcoins. Where's my
1,000?
Oh, dude, I would not accept any bitcoins from any random guy coming from. I'd be like, you're from where? Is this the guy from Uzbekistan? I'm not taking that guy's money. Fuck that.
Well, he gave it to you. You can't not take it. It's Bitcoin, right?
Yeah,
No, yeah. Wait until like the RCMP knocks on your door.
Oh, wait, you think you click the Bitcoin and then they're like, oh, that was the trap. Like that's our ghosting. No.
Why would anybody ever send us money? Red flags everywhere.
Yeah, and when we finally get a sponsor, Zinzin's gonna be all paranoid.
Let me see your ID.
We're gonna get paid from this.
What is this audiobook you speak of?
I don't know. I would imagine if you ever got a sponsor, everything would just become extremely sterilized. Like no one would say anything for fear of getting canceled.
Fuck yeah, sell
Our
out so hard.
sponsorship would only be worth like a few dollars tops.
We wouldn't be able to say Karen. We would have to mute it.
It'll
Censor
be
that.
like, yeah, the new podcast is supposed to be like, welcome to Verbal Laxative, in which we say hello to each other for 45 minutes of runtime.
Dude, if we get money from that, it's
Yeah,
easy as
I'd
money. That's
do
easy
that.
money.
Yeah, if we got paid to do that every day, I'd do that.
What if it's like $5?
Sure, why not?
But then you realize you're working less than min wage.
Well,
Just to censor
then you know what?
yourself.
We sue them because they're not paying us minimum wage. We could get minimum wage for this podcast.
We'll just coin it the Bernie Sanders way, the living wage.
Yeah. Oh yes, that's a good thing. Yeah, not even minimum wage. We want the living wage.
That's just like that's not worth it. And then they would cancel us.
Well, I tell them like, what the fuck do you know about worth? And then I hope that would win the argument by that time.
Yeah, good to know your negotiating tactics, because
It's just a bluff.
I don't
It's
know.
not really a bluff. It's just I don't have any other. There would be no.
We just have a 7-2 in our hands.
All of a sudden, Zinzin's our finance department.
I would be really bad at it. Not like
Out of all
embezzle
of
money
us,
bad.
I don't think you're the worst.
I would be.
probably be the
I would
worst.
just not know what to do.
Just go all in. I haven't heard from Biden. What's he up to?
He is having his brain melting.
Isn't everyone just like in hiding basically right now for COVID?
I mean, isn't
has
the
there been a
election
lot of
coming up though?
activity?
Yeah,
It's like
but
in November.
yeah, but yeah. But Biden's strategy is not his basically his campaign team doesn't want him to talk at all because every time he talks, it's a detriment to his campaign.
The less
That's a
he
good
says,
strategy.
the better he does.
So his campaign team is competent in that regard,
So
where they
they're just
try to
hosting.
limit.
So
Are
are
they
you saying
gonna
his
accept
campaign
it?
is functionally just like I'm not Trump?
Yeah, that's
to me.
basically it. But also
Pretty
like.
good stance.
But it's not just that. He's an old man that's melting and shit, right? So
But weren't
it's not
they-
just he's not Trump. He's not Trump, and also you're not going to hear him talk for extended periods of time.
Weren't they
And
afraid
this
of
is
Kanye West coming in and taking his black votes?
Oh yeah, this is the funny thing. I don't even know what to
I forgot
make of
that
this
happened.
really.
Like that didn't even seem real when I heard.
I think
about
Yeezy
Brad.
just fucking just felt like just got up one day and be like, "Yo, let's do it."
Yo,
I don't think, and it's funny because some of the pundits are trying to make sense of it like some kind of strategy. Like, no, he obviously still works for Trump. He's trying to split the black vote for Biden. And I'm like thinking, no, I think Yeezy's just fucking being Yeezy.
Yeah, I don't think he put that much thought into it.
Obviously not.
no, I don't think so.
Well, and after a week of him announcing it, he's dropping out, right?
Is he dropping out now?
Yeah, he's
already-
jumping out already.
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't hear
dropping
that.
out.
Maybe he realized how much money it would cost him to fucking not even win because there's a bunch of states that he wouldn't even be on the ballot for. They'd have to manually write his name in on the ballot. So I don't. Yeah, see,
He's making a ton of money from just the shoe line.
yeah. So I don't know. The dude has a lot of money, too much money, and then he just felt like fucking. He had nothing else better to do.
Well, he also released a new album, so it could be a political or a press
Oh,
release.
promotional?
Kind of thing. Promotional thing.
Promotional
Yeah.
opportunity for him.
Ah, yeah, that too. He doesn't have to spend anything. Genius rapper.
Well, I thought you do have to spend something.
You do, but like over the course of a campaign, you have to spend a lot more, right? Not just when you first announce and everything, but everything after, like the whole.
You have to spend money just to announce that you're running for president?
Well, just that's, I guess, I don't know, media. Yeah, I don't know. I guess for announcing you won't, but to actually get like a real campaign, not a fake campaign, you have to spend the money.
Like, I was assuming he didn't even get to the campaign part yet.
Yeah, so if that's the case, then he didn't really have to spend anything except maybe some advertising and shit. Not
Maybe
even.
someone
I don't
produced
know.
a nice
Yeah.
video for him.
Yeah. Just gets that he gets that presidential recognition, the presidential candidate recognition.
Could you imagine being introduced by by like one of his entourage as presidential candidate Kanye
So
or
stupid.
Yeezy.
But the popular there's another train of thought coming out nowadays that when Joe Biden is gonna give his VP pick soon, and the thought is at the Democratic convention they will either get Joe Biden to step aside or whatever, and then fucking get a new candidate in, or even to the point where he becomes inaugurated as president and then resigns, and then his VP becomes president. Like fucking
Like House of
Nixon.
Cards?
Yeah, exactly.
Was Elizabeth Warren the person that they were talking about?
No,
Because
no,
it was
no.
supposed to be a female or something
Yeah,
like
but
that?
it's not gonna be Warren.
It's not going to be Warren? Okay.
No.
This is where Bernie steps in as a tranny and gets it.
He wouldn't. I don't think he'd survive the surgery now.
I feel like that word is very transphobic, Brian.
Oh god, bigots. Bigot.
Well, that's it. We're canceled.
See you guys on the other side.
Yeah, it's gonna be you that reports us.
What Brian meant to say is, and then Bernie steps in as a woman.
Are you assuming his gender? What if he decides not? What if he doesn't have a definite gender? Then what?
He steps in as a they.
Fuck, I don't get how this works. Like, my fear is actually that I do like if one day, like at where I work, like someone comes in like this, and then they have a very narrow, like very specific way that they want to be known as, and then I just fuck up. Not just like intentionally, but just like because I'm fucking dumb. I fucked up. And then after that, I just have no income anymore.
Sir,
Gives
I'm
me an
not a
idea.
sir.
How dare you? It's ma'am.
No, it'll be so like it'll be so knocking. I'll be like, "Hey man, what's up? Did you just say man?" I'll be like, oh shit!
HR reps all in all corners of the floor, Just everywhere.
Or you just be like, "Hey guys, did you get that email,
Guys.
What?
How dare you?
Oh shit!
Hello, fellow humans. You get another email.
Human.
Question mark.
like I don't care what they call themselves, just don't like crucify me over it, please. That's all I ask. I'm like, don't crucify me over this.
I don't know. I think the number one worry with cancel culture is just the idea that it's actually like evolving, right? So like something you say in 2020 that seems completely inoffensive in 2022 is going to get you canceled or something.
Yes,
stupid
thank
like
God
that.
we don't have a record of stuff we said uploaded
thank
on the
God.
internet,
I was trying to
Thank-
get afraid of that.
organized
Thank
in
the good Lord.
episodes.
Watch
go
someone
to-
out there is actually compiling a list of everything we've said on every single episode, and they just post that whole thing.
Oh
Gets
God,
destroyed.
just the hordes of people descending on.
Do you think
Email to your employer.
Oh God. Well, hopefully by that time I'm retired. So.
Do you think we'll ever go back to the time when the internet was mostly anonymous, like everyone
Dude,
hide their
I've-
identities?
No, I'm thinking we're heading towards a Mad Max world in the future. I don't
Yeah.
think people will care about anonymity on the internet at that point. I think
Oh, I see.
I'm just hoping that by the time the fucking shit hits that fan in these fucking countries, that I'm probably too old or dead to worry about it, so I don't have to worry about fucking scrounging for food, leaving radioactive waste areas from nuclear fallout. And then worried about offending each individual territory's immortan Joe. That's what I don't care about anonymity on the internet that much anymore.
That's the dream. I just recently rewatched Mad Max.
That's an
Fury
excellent
Road?
movie.
Yeah, Fury Road.
It was really good.
It's so good. But
It's
if we lived in that kind of world, yeah, I don't know if that's better or worse than where we're heading.
It's
But
not.
you thought it
a
was
I
a
think it's
twist?
pretty good. Like he gives them aqua cola every day, right?
And you get to hang out with your friends every day.
Yeah. You get to drive cool
Driving,
cars.
yeah.
Drive cool cars. You get to listen to like a metal music, live metal music.
Yeah.
From a guy
Mhm.
suspended from.
Playing-
Yeah, with a flame guitar.
Yeah, and then you fucking just drink whenever you want.
He
Well,
was
when-
also like hanging, wasn't he? Like on bungee
Yeah.
rope or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, how does this sound bad in any way?
You know what? It's probably more liberating than our society right now. You got the glass is half full.
I like at the end of the movie, you find out his name is Max. Like for the whole time, he never said his name, and no
Well,
one
he
even
barely
knew.
had any lines the entire
Yeah,
movie.
I'm pretty sure all he did was grunt for most of the movie.
For the most
did,
part,
yeah.
yeah. And then at the end, he's like, "My name is Max." I'm like, "Oh, that's who he was."
He's the titular Mad Max.
I'm actually really surprised you watched this movie from start to finish normally. That's what I'm
He read
surprised
that.
at.
It was
Just
a good
read
movie.
that was his line.
Oh wait, you just read it?
No, I watched the movie.
There you go. See,
It was a good movie.
and not from like backwards to forwards either, right? Okay, good. I
So
always
I
have
can't
to
wait
make sure.
I can't wait to watch Tenet when the movie is about reversing.
Fuck, man, you're shilling for this Nolan movie so hard. We don't get money from him.
You know,
Oh man,
you know,
people-
Tenet is not coming out until like 2030 at this rate. Like
Please.
he's pushing it back, right? For
Oh,
like
is
whenever
he?
theaters can open. Yeah, because he wants the movie to be experienced in theaters, right?
Yeah.
But like, I think preliminary, it's like set for like the end of July or something like that, right?
Hmm
But
Well,
then
he always goes for those like cinematic shots. He's probably got a bunch of like
yeah.
IMAX.
Well, like
or
he's like a huge God, he's very vocal about saying things like theater's the only way to experience true cinema.
Oh,
Like he wants you to watch his films in the theater because that's how he wants you to experience them, right?
it's like a
yeah.
purist.
yeah, he shoots them very specifically for that.
But
Yeah.
why 10 more years though?
Tell
Because theaters won't be open.
Yeah, cause from the Zika, right?
He's
Fuck's
coming
sake.
back.
Like Zika comes back and runs it back.
Zika merges with COVID to make an even bigger superpower of a virus.
Dead.
Calling it now.
That is both airborne and on mosquitoes. Think of how many mosquitoes bites you get in your life, right?
I just got like 7 in one day.
You'd be a dead
Exactly.
man.
You'd be
Oh
dead.
yeah, I'm gone.
You'd just be a walking Zika-vid.
You're on borrowed time. After that.
Like all they could do is just ease your pain. you walk into the hospital, you show them your bug bites, they're just like, there's nothing we can do. Like, do you want us to just send you to the hospice?
That's the word. It's like that scene in Vikings where like the young king gets stung by a bee right before he's gonna do like his counterattack against the Vikings. And then the next scene is just him with his face like completely swollen, just dying on his deathbed, and all his sons being there to hold his hand.
What happened to him?
It was so nonchalant. Like this guy,
There's probably allergic to
Ethelred,
something, right?
he was allergic. Yeah, he's allergic to bees. He was in already so many battles, and he was just recently got crowned king. And then he sat down to write some shit on parchment, and then this bee comes and he slaps it and it stings him. He's like, "Oh fuck this bee!" And then the next scene, he's fucking like the Michelin Man.
God damn.
This is like the worst way to get to go.
Died a hero.
And I don't think like because that show is only it's very loosely based on history. So I tried to read up on it. Like, did this guy really go out like that? And I don't think he did. I think they just wrote it in like that. The guy must have like pissed off the writers at one of the
Yeah.
fucking parties or something.
In such a way that they even hated his character enough to give him that death. In a show where someone could easily just get stabbed.
Died by bee. Imagine imagine if like Star Wars was like that and Mace Windu doesn't get killed by like Palpatine and Anakin, but he gets stung by like some space bee. And the next scene, he's just like swollen in the Jedi
Oh
Council.
god. What if it was even worse? It'd be like Mace Windu talks to Watto or whatever. Watto spits on him. It turns out he's allergic to whatever Watto's race is.
That is actually pretty good. I bet no one's ever considered one race in space being allergic to another.
And which one? Which alien was Watto? Is he like the flying,
he's
like
the flying
the
guy. He's like the
stereotypical
slave
Israeli?
Oh, I don't know what stereotype he belongs to.
Watch that movie again and closely observe Watto and his accent.
I will.
He had
abstain from
those Asian
mentioning anything.
guys in the prequels. Remember them?
Yeah, the Nemoidians had a very thick Asian accent. Watto was the stereotypical like the Israeli pawn shop guy.
I'm just going to not acknowledge any of this.
No. You have watch the first episode. Watch episode 1 and pay very strict attention to Watto's scenes.
I think I recall that too. It's been a long time, but yeah.
George Lucas did not fucking pull his punches. He had a very specific template for his characters.
I'm curious.
I wonder where his inspiration came from.
Fuck, the deli? I don't know.
He drives around town. He gets to Chinatown. Oh, there's a race. He goes down to I don't know.
And the Jewish bagel place. I got a character for you. Goes to Chinatown. Oh, I got my characters from my trade federation. You greedy fucks. I don't even think that's George Lucas's accent. Actually, I don't know what he sounds like.
I don't know if anyone's ever heard him talk.
No, he has. I think he has a very. If I remember, he has a very drawn out, soft voice. I remember he was talking about Jar Jar Binks and he was saying stuff like, "I just thought it was funny" or something like that. That's why he included him.
What? Can we just talk about how Jar Jar Binks is the greatest misstep in franchise history?
We talked about the Jar Jar Binks theory before on
What,
podcast.
the Sith?
Yeah.
I think
the
we've
Sith
talked
theory?
about it, right?
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It was pretty well known, actually.
I was just looking up where George Lucas was from. He's just from California.
No, he's got the California normal, whatever, boring accent.
I thought he was he has a ranch or something, doesn't he? I thought he
The
was maybe
Lucas,
from
yeah, the Lucasfilm
Texas
Ranch.
or something. He's worth $5.5 billion.
And probably 5 of that was given to him by Disney for Star Wars.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. God damn, Disney should buy us out. We've said that before, but still want it to happen.
Yeah, just keep one of these days. If you keep saying it, one of these days, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, then I can identify as a Disney princess.
You're gonna say that and then get us canceled, right?
What? They can't just cancel for that.
They'd be,
identify
they'd be
as one,
bigots
so
if they're
whatever.
against Jason.
Take
Oh,
your
that's
money
true.
away.
That
I'd
would be
sue them.
bigotry if they canceled us for that, because
Yeah, exactly.
Jason is entertaining the idea that maybe he is indeed a Disney princess.
You didn't get.
That's how I identify myself, so they can't.
No,
deny
Jason
that.
had too many missteps already. We have him recorded on words saying all lives matter. He's screwed.
But that was pre-Disney days. That doesn't count.
I guess we can argue it. We can be like, he didn't know. He didn't know until that episode. He didn't know.
Can you imagine saying something and years down the road people take it out of context to cancel you?
Yeah,
Like-
that's what you've been saying the whole time.
The whole time, exactly.
That's what I said. I've said so many stupid things.
You're completely fixated on this. It's almost like you have a very irrational
He
fear.
has an agenda.
Like, what are you so worried about? Like, if I check your face, am I gonna find weird shit?
Yeah, probably.
When was the last time you actually used Facebook? Not Messenger or anything.
Just
actually,
I
Facebook.
just use mostly Messenger and the event thing where I plan hikes and stuff. That's all I use. it
Yeah, I think anybody just has events. That's probably the limit of what I use it for now too.
I just use it for the Messenger now.
The
I
Zuck
didn't
is
use
not.
it.
The Zuck
I mean,
is not
there's-
getting any money.
There's Facebook gaming, but I don't really look at that at all. And
You were talking. You were talking about that guy that signed up for Facebook Gaming, and you were pretty.
oh, Disguised Toast?
Yeah, you were pretty excited
I
about
stopped
that.
watching him when he went on Facebook.
There you go.
Oh, what
Well,
was
it's
he on
also
before?
because he also stopped playing games that I enjoy watching, so it didn't matter. What was he on before? He was on a Twitch streamer.
Why did he quit Twitch? To go
He
on
got a
Facebook?
lucrative deal from Facebook.
Yeah, they paid him
Someone
fat.
rolled out a small truck of money for him, and
Okay.
then he moved.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Yeah, he just took a buyout. Someone paid him a lot of money to move.
Yeah, it'd be like if Tim Cook just like rolled out a wheelbarrow of money for you guys, and he's like, "Oh, I want you guys on Apple Podcasts exclusively or something," right?
Yeah.
You'd probably even jerk him off if he asked you at the same time.
He could pay us just to like stop the podcast altogether, and I take it.
But would you jerk him off?
For how much?
That amount of money?
That amount of money, whatever fits in the wheelbarrow.
Oh, this reminds me of that time we talked about
Yeah, we've had a similar conversation.
the guy who does the blowjob for water, right?
Wait, what?
Water?
I don't remember this actually. Wait, is he like? Wait, is he super thirsty? Because I don't think he'd want to give a blowjob for water.
It wasn't that I was thirsty. It was for that fire event.
Dude has a bottle of water in his hand.
Okay. Yeah, the fire festival thing. Okay.
Yeah, it was the fire festival thing. And he needed some type of sewer
I thought you meant
water
like
or something.
I thought you meant like a bottle of water. Or something like that.
B Money was at a 7-Eleven. I'm mad thirsty.
I forgot my wallet at home. What the hell am I gonna do?
So thirsty.
I have water in my car, but it's all hot in there, so.
So thirsty.
Oh god.
You know what? Just for the sake of enjoyment, I'm just gonna pretend it was it was that scenario.
That's much more interesting.
Adrian's lost it now. You've ruined Adrian.
I just lost it at the. Oh, I forgot my wallet.
Alright.
I wish we had enough content on here and we could just stop at that.
But wait, so would you worry? Would you jerk Tim Cook off or no?
No.
Oh.
Oh.
He stopped laughing immediately.
Adrian was in the works of arranging it.
Well, I'm not implying that.
Yo, if you're gonna arrange that, then
favoritism.
arrange that. Yeah, of course Jason will jerk off Tim Cook.
I think Tim Cook is like the only openly gay CEO, right?
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know he was gay.
No, I think there's way more gay CEOs now. I think
Yeah, but like openly gay. I can't.
there has
Or
to
at
be
least
more
he might be the
openly.
most vocal, at least.
Well, he's probably the most openly gay of like such a large and visible company. I would imagine. But there's probably tons that are gay, like openly out of the closet CEOs of whatever.
Whoever
You
made
probably don't hear
Grindr.
them. Yeah, the guy who made Grindr is completely straight, fundamentalist Christian.
He's like, I actually condone everything you do on this app.
Yeah, it's like I think you're all heathens. You're all burned in hell. But damn, am I getting paid?
He even put that in the TOS, but no one read it.
Oh, could you imagine? He's like, yeah, my vision for the app was I just wanted two skate bros to, like link up with each other. They could grind some rails together.
Even more nefarious. Like, the intention of this app was to gather all of you in one area so I can eliminate you. I didn't know, but it turned out to be a fucking gay hookup.
But it makes money. It makes money, so I don't care.
This would be you know what? Fucking, you should pitch this to somebody to make this into a movie.
I'm sure a lot of Hollywood executives listen to this podcast.
I'm not even thinking Hollywood. We gotta think bigger. We gotta go like Bollywood and shit.
That's where the real money is made nowadays.
The real money.
You know, they might be the only place that might still have open theaters right now.
Oh God.
It'd be
Would you want to go?
I mean,
India-
if Brian can see Tenet there.
India is like one of the most rapidly increasing COVID countries.
I'm sure they might have it under control one of these days.
No. God, no.
I mean, like, okay, when the whole country has it, then no one has it, right?
It's the incredible logic.
This is
Everyone's special.
I think they have your support in trying to get herd immunity. 1.3
Well, like-
billion people.
I think at this point that's like their best option, right? Like they can't wait it out until a vaccine comes or something. Like I don't know if we can wait it out even. Like they might as well just get ahead of the curve. Like in 2022, I could imagine people are just gonna start having COVID parties for their kids.
They
Yeah,
already
get 'em while
started.
you're young.
They're already getting it right now to disastrous results.
Yes, but that's non-consensual.
This is all consensual. It was basically, yo, we're having a
People are
COVID
aware
party.
of the risks.
No, you see, India is living out the fantasy of who were we talking about before? Was it Phil that said that?
Oh, yes, Phil was saying that.
Oh God,
That everyone will get it eventually anyway.
I wonder if he's gonna listen to this episode. We got to talk about this whenever it is he comes on.
Yeah, I think Phil would be much better at explaining his logic than I would be.
His
Alright.
take on mask.
I think logic is a poor choice of words.
You say that to his face.
I
dare you.
but fairly confident that
A lot of his friends do view him as a very logical person.
I think. Yeah, sure.
I can't wait for this. Yo, prepare yourself for a fucking 6-hour episode.
And then that's why we all wear the mask.
What did we
The
get
end of
hung
it.
up on that one time? Was it just that socialism and something were not the same?
Yeah. Well, okay.
Well, it was
Him and-
numbers
him-
aren't real.
Yeah, that's what started. The numbers
One
aren't
plus
real.
one wasn't two.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what started the whole shenanigans. And later on, like in the 4th hour or so, we started talking about
Well-
socialism and fascism.
Well,
How they're not
the way
the
it
same.
started with the whole math thing was because we were at the casino. I asked him about gambling, and he says, "Oh, I don't gamble because he doesn't believe in the like statistics and I guess what do you call? Yeah, he didn't believe in statistics, which led into ideas of like scientific theories. Like you know how when scientists they discover something, they make it a theory or a law, and then when they learn more about it, they like update it. He feels like it's like that we don't know the full truth, or he feels like it's kind of like a mistake kind of thing, and he feels like nothing is reliable in that sense, and that's why he doesn't believe in stats, and that's why he doesn't gamble. And then it kind of, I guess, it evolved into then he didn't believe in math and he didn't believe in numbers.
Yes. Well, like you're omitting like key information here, Brian. The part was where you presented this question and then you just kind of walked away afterwards.
Oh yeah, I also started it, but then I left for you guys to continue on without me.
it's like pulling the pin in a grenade and just walking away.
Pretty much. And then Sinzin and
You should at least
my
have the
friend-
fucking audacity to take the grenade with you after you've pulled out the pin, so you can just fucking smear yourself against the wall instead of everyone else.
well, you guys seem to enjoy it so much.
I enjoyed it later. I didn't enjoy the fucking numbers are not real bullshit. That was a little bit too surreal for me.
Fair enough.
I enjoyed the socialism is obviously not fascism part. It was like explaining like the world is fucking round and not flat. It was great fun.
Wait, what? If the world's round, how am I standing here on this flat ground?
That's enough, Adrian. You were on my side during that debate.
I don't remember any.
I heard your passionate arguments in defense of me.
But I also hear a lot of.
At one point, you were like you were throwing up your hands in frustration.
I can't confirm this. No one can confirm this.
Fucking 6 hours, man.
So glad I'm not part of your group of friends there.
Force it upon you after you jerk off Tim Cook.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll make a note of that.
What are you gonna do? He shows up at your house and shit. He's like, "Oh, you must be Jason."
Yeah, force me,
I've
dude.
heard about you.
He's fucking rich. He's a powerful man. He can get what he wants. You show up with like 20 guys at your door. You must be Jason. What are you gonna do? And like half of those guys are like fucking are like the local police too. You have no idea what that man knows.
I'll wait for the day that happens.
All right. So we're getting down towards the tail end when usually Brian wants to bring up something, and then we'll just talk about some bullshit for like another hour.
I don't really have too much.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
I brought up everything. That I
Really, the
could
best
think
you
of.
got today was Ariana Grande.
No, you know what? If anything, he's actually been the most consistent. I've seen him since all the other episodes. He is very, very worried about cancel culture. And everything he's talked about is all this overriding fear of getting canceled.
Well, the other thing I thought was interesting is, you know how like back then YouTube was that space where people who didn't have a name for themselves could create something and put on the internet and get recognized.
Mm-hmm.
And then YouTube now it's kind of like it's too like you need to invest a lot just to make videos and have people watch it, right? Like people are used to a certain production value, so it's not a very friendly thing. It's like there's a barrier of entry. But TikTok seems to be the old YouTube in the sense that teenagers and stuff can make these cheap videos on their phone and post it. And another thing that TikTok has the advantage is music, right? Because music is a very kind of culturally driven kind of thing. So a lot of teenagers put videos on music. So if TikTok does get banned in North America, it'd be nice to have an equivalency that can, support this kind of culture, because it is kind of like a good thing to have, really, if you think about it.
I'm pretty sure someone would step up and just copy it, like 1-to-1.
Yeah, like Instagram, I think, is probably one of the closer ones to copying it. But I think if we wanted to make it big with this pod, we could put it on TikTok.
But
And put it in like 30-second segments
Exactly.
with you dancing to it.
Like, isn't TikTok's main thing like video? Like short videos?
yeah,
They are often dancing. They're often people are attractive, and they're often
videos.
Music.
We
Yeah.
don't have images.
Like, I don't
We
understand
don't have
what you want.
visuals.
But they don't have to be. You can do little segments like Adrian says, is like 30 seconds of talking. And we would just have the videos.
The TikTok that nobody wants to watch.
All right, okay. So this is all I'm imagining right now is Brian dancing to that song, like I'm so excited. That like I'm so excited, I just can't hide it, like that one.
Right.
But then he's also exclaiming over the music, like I'm so worried about being canceled. Please don't cancel me. Like I would summarize his opinion on this podcast.
The thing about TikTok is people don't have to search for you. Because TikTok, they have an algorithm that they present you videos, right? So they link you videos, and they also link it based on the song. So if you like certain songs, they'll find genres of the same songs to link it to you and send to you. So if we want to target an audience, we just have to do our podcast with a song in the background of audience that would like us, maybe like the 90s, for example. 90s pop, and then people would hear us without them wanting to hear us, but then they may stay potentially.
I like how you live in a life of contrast. On one hand, you are deathly scared of getting canceled, but on the other hand, you're desperately wanting to get famous at the same time. to the point where we want to put a non-video TikTok out there just for the chance of reeling in more unsuspecting people.
I don't even know. Like, can you even monetize TikTok? Like, what do
somehow
you gain
people
from
do make
making
money.
it big on TikTok other than, like, I
Brand
guess,
deals?
clout?
Yeah, I don't know. Some people seem to be able to. Like, there's a TV show where all the actors they hired are TikTok celebrities apparently, and they're like these kids or teenagers, and they run a hospital. That's what it's like a kind of like a Grey's Anatomy, but like more teenager, I guess.
Holy shit!
And they're all
Yes.
TikTok celebrities. So we could be on Hollywood, I guess.
Yeah, now ever since you got a little taste of show business, you can't stop anymore.
Oh, I don't really know what to say about anything. This is all very concerning for me.
Well, Jason wanted to get on Twitch as well, so you know.
Oh yeah, I didn't have the thought of putting this on Twitch.
I'm pretty sure we would get canceled on Twitch.
We would
Yeah.
be wearing very, very
The
skin tight
social
clothing.
SJWs will be on there.
Yes, shit.
They'd be there in frame one, dog.
Hey,
Well, maybe
why
not
don't
frame
you?
one.
Hey, so why don't we join them then?
Well, I'd be
just
in the
viewers.
chat, yeah.
Just become them. Harness the power.
Oh, have you guys heard of the term simp? You know.
Yes, we have. I've heard of it.
Can you spell it out for us, Brent?
I guess it's like the trendier word of white knight, I guess. Simp is the new white knight terminology. That's how I would describe it.
Is it?
But is
Okay.
it? Mhm.
Let me.
No,
You're gonna
it's
Google?
an acronym. I'm like 1,000% sure it's an acronym.
Yeah, it's an acronym. Not exactly what it stood for.
I think
Let
it's
us go
steeped
on
in
to
something.
the. Let's go to
Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, let's go on the authoritative Urban Dictionary. A man who puts the hose before the bros.
That's the definition.
Someone who does way too much for a person they like.
Yeah, I thought it was
Suckers
more so,
idolizing mediocre pussy.
I thought it was guys that
acronym
like
for-
girls but don't. They like idolize them so much that they don't want.
Oh,
to
wait,
be in
that's
a
the
relationship with
acronym?
them or something.
This
Suckers.
is some acronym that someone made up. This is pretty good.
Sucker idol.
Suckers idolizing mediocre pussy.
Yeah, that's what I was understanding.
Oh wow, that's a good one. I'm
So
glad.
yes, you were talking about simping.
Well, I was just saying, like, if you have simps, I guess it's a way of knowing that you made it big, right? Or you have a strong fan base. And I was just curious because we would need a female, I guess,
Like
representative.
a face?
Yeah, well, you need a
get the
female
simps.
member for people to simp. to
To
be
simp,
simping
yeah.
on her, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's we don't know that.
One of you get the surgery, and then we'll have our female.
it just needs to be mediocre.
Barely constructed.
Traits.
Yeah, out of your thigh meat.
Well, that's
Get the cheapest plastic surgeon.
Though the other thing, the downside.
Wait. So if you're doing it out of your thigh meat, does that mean you have become a hermaphrodite?
No, I don't know any of this. I can't even watch like the 3D video that explains what they do in the surgery. There's no way I know anything about this.
I remember watching that.
What?
Night.
No.
Anyway, what were you about to say?
I was just gonna say, like, the word, I guess, with the trend of simping being such like widely used, it forces guys to not be nice to women, because if you are, people just call you a simp, and then it kind of like discourages you from being a good person.
Yeah, we don't go to the other extreme. You're like, I'll show you who's the simp, and you just start like beating women.
Go Sean Connery on.
We put one of theirs in the morgue.
Oh god, I could just imagine that. It's like you're just some girl just like accidentally budges you in line or something like that. And
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Like, oh, I didn't mean to or whatever. It's like, and then she starts walking back, and then you just look at her. You're like, well, I've heard that it's better to hit a woman with an open hand rather than a closed fist. And she's just like, what?
Yeah, I remember. Did Sean Connery now? Did he get in trouble for that? I think people forgot about that, didn't they?
No, people definitely forgot about it. He's still
Did
alive.
he say it? He said it on Entertainment Tonight or some shit.
He said it to Barbara Walters, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
never mind. Yeah, Barbara Walters. That's even worse.
And she was just flabbergasted.
I don't like her at all.
Yeah, but I also don't condone what Sean Connery said. We do not endorse what he said.
Yeah,
I'd like to make that very apparent.
Please don't cancel us.
yeah. Especially, I'll be damned if the guest gets us canceled. Honestly,
On a quote.
on Sean Connery's quote, yeah, fuck that guy. Yeah, he fucking said that on Barbara Walters. And what was her program? Was it 2020 or some shit? What show does she do again?
The View? Is that there's one called The View, right? In the morning.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't The View. It was not The View.
There's one was just her.
Yeah, it's the interview format.
Oh, that's 2020. Yeah.
Was it 2020? Yeah, okay. Yeah, he said it straight up on 2020. And this was in the 90s when 2020 was pretty big. So yeah, it was
I remember watching 2020 long ago.
people, I can't believe people getting canceled for the smallest infraction. But Sean Connery just basically said this is the proper technique for hitting a woman.
Oh, I think that's the frustration of cancel culture. Is the smallest thing.
Oh, I know. I know you're frustrated. Sean Connery's ruined it for you, apparently. Like I said, man. Who cares? Just enjoy the show. See the cancel culture, the cancel counterculture. If anything, I think it's all hilarious. The counterculture is also hilarious.
What's the cancel counterculture?
Oh, it's usually just for the reactionary counter to these whatever. If you want to say SJWs and shit, the ones that are super fanatical in this. Well, the other side, you get the same fanatical people. You know, and saying these, these people are terrorists and shit. Fucking, you have to save the country. To save the country, we need to get rid of them.
I'm just trying to wrap my way back to the original point. Brian was saying that because you're not supposed to be nice to women anymore or something.
Oh yeah,
right.
with the culture of simping, being nice to women makes you a target of being a simp. So you're not really incentivized to be nice to women.
So are you encouraging negging women and stuff?
I mean, well, Brian is a successful pickup artist as he does have a girlfriend, live-in girlfriend.
I'm not encouraging anything.
Part.
I'm not encouraging anything, I guess.
I don't think you're doing anything bad by discouraging simping. Honestly, it's not like you're gonna get an awful fucking side effect from that. That's not just that. It's not just being their whole bit is not being nice to women. It's just over fawning to the point of ridiculousness, right? Mm-hmm.
But that was the problem with the white knights, right? That was
you don't want a white knight.
You don't want a white knight, but sometimes people can interpret it that way.
But that's just because you shouldn't be a white knight doesn't mean that you should be fucking Sean Connery levels of should I use the open hand or the fist?
Don't you know the world is very black or white?
Yeah, we live in a world where you're either side A or side B.
Yeah, ones and zero.
You're either a simp or you're a wife beater.
Yeah.
If you don't simp, then you hate all females.
True.
Yeah. Yes. No. That is the world. This. I don't want to fucking be fucking Brian, but yeah, this is what cancel culture kind of simmers down to. It is a black and white world.
Yeah, reduces us
hate the world.
To a simpler world, I suppose.
Oh, simpler.
Simp. It's a simp world.
Oh god, I would use that as the title, but I wouldn't want people to misinterpret this episode. Simp World.
Whatever gets us the clicks.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, there's some limit, right? You're hesitant about Tim Cook coming to your house.
This is all true.
I would be at first very surprised that that would even happen, and then once it dawns upon me why he's here, then that would be the shocking part of it.
But would there be any delight?
I don't think.
No.
I don't think he beat around the bush. If you know what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure he would just come without pants on. In more ways than one.
Wait,
Yeah.
then that wouldn't make sense because it wasn't his home. It's not like he's asking Jason to go home.
Yeah, but he's fucking rolls of 20 guys, man. He's got so much money. He just bought. No, you know what? He just bought his entire building where he lives.
I'd have to live my life on the run.
You wouldn't have to live your life on the run. He would get you already.
He's already got dudes outside your house.
You would live your life with Tim Cook. That's what you would.
All the entrances are blocked off.
God help you if he
Well,
ever
fighting.
actually. God help you if he actually ever listens to this and be like, you know what, fucking destroy all of them with slander loss.
You know what? I'm up
What?
for destroying someone's life. Let's do this.
Or the inverse of that would be if Tim Cook listens to it, he's like, that sounds like a fucking fantastic idea. And then he rolls up on
Let's-
Jason 20 deep.
Oh God, let's head this off real quick. Parody.
Of course. Everything
I
was
wonder if he
set
can
in.
sue us for any of this.
No, we've already said parody 3 times.
Even though it's been brought up multiple times before.
When did parody become like a Beetlejuice rule?
I have no idea, but parody.
That's just for legal reasons.
Is that what they call it? The Beetlejuice phenomenon? When you repeat something 3 times?
No.
I don't know
It's
why
not
you
also how
repeat
Bloody
it
Mary
3
gets
times
summoned.
and then it appears. Like you'd have to say Beetlejuice 3 times and then he shows up.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's
But
how Bloody
it's
Mary
not
shows up
necessarily-
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They all have the similar thing, you know.
I'd rather summon Beetlejuice than Bloody Mary, though.
I don't really remember the plot of Beetlejuice anymore.
I just
Beetlejuice.
watched. I thought the cartoon was good though. That's the one I watched.
Probably the least accurate one. I don't know. Fucking some folklore. I'm guessing German.
Sure. Oh, yeah. I mean, sounds about right.
I guess.
That's
I don't know.
pretty
the
common,
source
of course.
material.
I just remember he lives in a sand world with like these worms, gigantic worms.
Well, it's like a bunch of monsters and stuff.
Hmm.
And, what's his name was in...
And does he grant you wishes when you call him out?
I don't think that's his deal. You're thinking of
I don't know.
You're thinking of either the dragon from Dragon Ball or
Genie?
Genie.
Or a
Genie.
monkey's paw.
Shenron, that's the guy's name. That
Oh,
dragon's
the
name.
dragon. The dragon. Yeah.
Not to be confused with Omega Shenron,
Yeah,
Who's Omega Shenron again?
probably bigger Shenron.
bigger Shenron. The one from GT. But
Oh, the
he's
buff
just
one from
yeah,
Namek?
but he's just hella jacked, yeah.
Yeah.
And he has legs.
But he had a different name in the YTV version.
Wait, was
Good
this
on
the
one.
Namekian one?
Yeah, the Namekian one.
I don't remember the name.
Yes, you're right, because Shenron only gives you one wish. Omega
Yeah.
Shenron gives you 3.
Yeah, and then in GT there was like a red Shenron.
Yeah, this is fucked
But
it all up.
GT's not... It got
It's
like
not canon.
retconned.
I thought
Yeah.
they brought them back in Canada, didn't they?
No.
No, they did
No?
Dragon
Oh.
Ball Super, which, like, totally got rid of all of it.
Yeah. They
completely-
can't retcon. They can't retcon Super into the existing continuity if GT exists.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it sucks if you were the guy that made GT. Your entire life's work is just done. It's down the toilet. The guy,
Feels like guy's apprentice. or
yeah. So,
something.
so obviously the master was not pleased.
Yeah, obviously.
What? No, I'm sure the master was just like, "Is that a paycheck?" Like, I'll do that.
Well, then he wouldn't have retconned GT, right? Just completely obliviated it.
Yeah. Well, he just couldn't fit it in, right?
Yeah, because he thought it was shit. That's why.
Yeah, I'm sure if he liked it enough, he would have just like made another story following GT or something.
Well, I don't. Well,
Can you imagine you're his apprentice like, hey, you didn't include any of my shit in there. Yeah, yeah, all your shit is garbage. That's why.
well,
I watched it and I felt like vomiting, so yeah, fuck you.
like I feel like this is speculation, but I feel like at the end of GT, Goku dies anyways, so they can't really continue off of that anyways.
Didn't at the end of it, like the very end of it, they show like his ancestor or something? Or am I thinking of something else?
Like,
it was like
it's
Pan
it's all a plot. It's all like
Oh yeah. His descendants.
alleged.
They show
Yeah.
his descendants
Yeah,
after
so
at the
It's
end
all
of GT.
implied,
And
but
it's like
remember,
Vegeta
at the end-
Jr. and stuff.
yeah, but at the end of GT, remember their descendants, they get a glimpse of what they think is Goku watching them in that fucking arena or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
They think yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
so-
died so many times already.
exactly. It means nothing. Death means nothing in that world.
What but he didn't die at all in GT.
But he
Except for
died
at
plenty
the
of
end.
times already.
Yeah, like death
Only
isn't
twice,
the final
right?
thing in Dragon Ball world.
Yeah.
It's just a difference of whether you have a halo on top of your head or not at that point.
Yeah, I guess you could say
Didn't in
death is just a
some
minor setback.
iterations of it, they put like a ball instead of a halo?
I don't know. But that should be like if they kept on going, it'd be like a cube for the next iteration.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you died like 10 times, you get the cube on top. Death means nothing in that series.
Yeah, look at all the characters that died so many times.
Death creep. That's one of the shows that has death creep.
Have you been
like-
watching anything new lately? This whole
I've been watching The Crown. That's what I've been watching.
Oh, with Helena Bonham Carter.
Oh fuck's sakes!
and Matt Smith.
No, Matt Smith is he's done after season 2.
Yeah.
Oh, is he died?
No,
No.
they switch out the characters.
Oh,
Yeah,
who
they time
plays
skip.
who plays him afterwards?
I think it
Some
was-
other guy.
He's Philip, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Philip.
Tobias something. The guy that played Edmure in Game of Thrones, if I believe. The pansy Edmure.
Oh, they did a time skip.
Yeah. So what the creator was gonna do is the first 2 seasons was Claire Foy and that cast, the
That's
young cast, and it was supposed to cover the area, from World War II to like 50s, early 60s, and then the middle period covers from late 60s, 70s, and all that jazz, and then I think he was the guy's gunning for 6 seasons. So 3 and 4 will be the middle-aged cast, and then 5 and 6 will be the old cast. I think.
What's your thoughts so far? Do you like it?
It's not bad. I mean, like I watched it a long time back then, but I kind of like gave it up after a while because I put it on hiatus. I put it on pause. But then I started rewatching again, and it's not bad. It's honestly just something for your brain to just like sit there and stew in the fucking just let it take you. And then the acting's really good. The story is whatever. Like you're trying to make a fucking show about a living person, and it's supposed to be like, the nominal monarch, right? So
how accurate do they try to be?
accurate enough. I mean, like it follows it enough. Sometimes for dramatic effect, they will assume one of the popular conspiracy theories would be real, so they have the characters act out as if if a popular conspiracy theory was real or whatnot. Like the Duke, no, fucking what's that guy's name? Mountbatten. Like Mountbatten was gonna conspire.
Mountbatten.
Yeah, who was played by Tywin Lannister in the middle-aged 2 seasons. The same guy, Charles Dance. He was in the show. It showed him that he wanted to start a coup against the Labour government at the time, and then Queen Elizabeth in the show talked him out of it. In real life, there was always murmurs of a coup, or they don't know how much he was involved in it, or how serious they were thinking about changing the government, and what was the Queen's involvement in all that stuff. So in the show, they take a lot more liberties to try to make that into something.
I guess it's more for storytelling then.
Yeah, yeah, it's just for plot, right? And also character. It's you know what? It's mostly just for fucking character development. You get to see Claire Foy as a young queen, and fucking trying to be regal, but at the same time trying to give Philip a blowjob or some shit. And then like middle age, and then yeah, Margaret, her younger sister, trying to be a slut, but not a
Whoa,
slut.
whoa, these
Whoa,
terms are
whoa, whoa!
so
And then later on, becoming a full blown slut.
That character development.
Well, it's pretty good, and
And then she becomes Helena Bonham Carter.
oh god, I
So hot.
the thing I miss about is because in season one, the actress they got to play for Margaret, like Elizabeth's younger sister, she was pretty hot. I forget what her name is, but she starred in some movies. But then in season two, they changed it with like Helena Bonham Carter, right?
Best known for Fight Club.
That's
Where she plays the same character.
yeah. So season one and two it was Vanessa Kirby that was Margaret, and then season two is HBC basically. And then yeah, and she's a better actor, but she's not as hot. I was disappointed.
I was watching American History X on Netflix.
Oh yes.
They canceled it before I finished it, so I couldn't.
Oh shit! They canceled American History X.
What?
Yeah. Well, it was July 15th when they took it off, and I started it on July 14 at like midnight, so I couldn't finish it.
But
Wait,
isn't
they
it?
canceled it, or did they just take it off Netflix?
Yeah.
They took it off Netflix.
So it's not Well, no. Like, was it a planned that they were gonna take it off at this time prior?
Yeah,
Or did
they
cancel
said it
it?
was. Yeah, they said it was going to be on it till July 15th.
Okay, so they didn't cancel it then.
Well, no, they didn't
You
cancel
just-
it. They canceled it on me, I guess. You could say.
You're stirring up headlines.
I'm just stirring those clickbaits. But I only watched half the movie. It was so far pretty good. I liked it.
Well, which part did you get to?
He didn't get to the part where Edward
The
Norton.
curb stomp.
Yeah.
Whenever
Oh,
Norton curb
that's like the
stomp.
first 5 minutes of the movie.
No, he didn't curb stomp him until way later in the movie.
So you haven't even seen what Edward Norton becomes. You just see him only as his white supremacist.
No, I did see what he becomes because you see him get out of jail and he has hair again, and he seems to be. He doesn't seem to support his old self. It didn't seem, but
Yeah.
I didn't get to see too much of it. One thing I thought was interesting is that big fat guy, the friend of Edward Norton.
Jesus, I can't remember.
I don't remember his name. It was like Ethan something. But if you look at his profile now, he's super jacked. Like he like for his whole career in acting, he was always the fat guy. He usually played like an obese person, but recently he got really jacked. And I guess in his post, what he did is he just made eating unenjoyable for himself, and he eat for substance and not for enjoyment, and that's how he. And he just trained in the gym, and that's how he
What's this guy's name?
Ethan something.
Seth Ryan. That's the guy.
No.
No, Ethan
It's
Suplee.
like Ethan,
something.
yeah. Yeah.
Seth Ryan is his character's name. Sorry, right?
Oh, yeah.
You
There.
got it. I got it mixed up.
Oh, that guy. I remember
Yeah.
that guy. He was on
Boy
some
Meets
really
World.
old- Yeah, he was on that.
Oh yeah,
was-
this guy's
he was-
fucking ripped now.
He's fucking ripped now, yeah.
Oh, you're right. He was on Boy Meets World. And now
Yeah,
he's
he was
jacked
from
as
Boy Meets
shit.
World, now he's jacked. Yeah.
Man meets world.
Well, in Boy Meets World, he was the son of was it Man-Taker?
Wrestler.
No.
I
Man
forget
something,
who it
right?
was.
It's the guy with the sock. That was his superpower.
No, it's not Mankind. It was
Yeah, it
someone
was-
else. Was
it
it?
was Mankind, wasn't it?
Mankind? Oh yeah, okay, maybe it was. I was thinking someone.
Yeah, it was Mankind. Yeah, I think it's Mankind. Yeah, it was Mankind.
Yeah, it was probably Mankind. I was
Yeah.
thinking someone else with a mask, but it's probably the wrong guy.
Is wrestling going back to that now? Like where they have powers again? Where wrestlers just are all looking for gimmicks?
They're always looking for gimmick. When did they not look for
Yeah.
gimmick?
I think they
They
just
always
stick
have like
with
a
gimmicks.
special move or something.
Hmm.
Did you like watch a period of wrestling where it was just no gimmicks?
No, it's impossible.
That sounds terrible.
Dude,
Well, what do
just
you
dude
have?
showing up, it's like, hello.
Yeah,
Hello,
exactly.
other guy. It's like, let us fight to the death now. It's like,
That sounds awful.
are you sure I didn't kidnap your wife off screen or something?
The one I was
sounds
confused
awful.
about was Kane.
You already
The
said this
Undertaker
before.
brother? The Undertaker's
yeah.
brother?
How can they be related? They're not. You think that's bad? When the Dudley brothers, one guy was black, one guy was white. Kane is way more believable than that.
No, but then he wasn't his face so scarred he wore a mask, but then later in his career he stopped wearing a mask, and it's like
The Dudley brothers are not even the same. It doesn't matter what Kane's face looked like. You already
They were
have to
very
suspend.
progressive.
You already have to suspend everything.
Best part of Dudley Brothers was Stacy Keibler was hanging out with them or whatever. She's part of that group.
See, all gimmicks. The entire thing was built on gimmicks, not on wrestling, but on gimmicks. And then you just have wrestling
is
as the
basically
flavor.
like drama with just like fighting in between.
Yes,
Wow.
that's just the vehicle of the drama.
it was a plot line that never ends. Like you always have to keep
It's a
changing
soap.
it.
Yeah, it's a soap. A physical soap opera.
Aimed at men and their
With chairs and SmackDown and fucking Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
This is the soap opera for men, if you would like to say that. Men and probably Midwestern, Southeastern United States Americans. That was their soap opera. And our
They make a
childhood
hell of a
soap
lot of
opera.
money.
Anyways, that's all I got.
That's all you got. All right. I guess we could wrap it up soon. Anybody have any final thoughts on anything?
I didn't even have initial thoughts.
I guess we could just say hello to 2022 and this gets drug up.
Drug up. Yeah, no one's gonna cancel us.
I mean, might as well just preempt it by saying hello.
I still don't even see how they would cancel us.
I just can't wait for those headlines. Verbal accident
Plus, this
canceled.
is for fucking. We're basically just doing this all on our own. Anyways, we fucking edit and
Yeah,
upload on our
we
own.
are. Like, there's no one that sponsors or anything. No one produces this.
Someone will find a way.
Plus,
Someone will pay us hush money to stop.
Yeah, whatever. We'll just make a new
then
freaking
we'll take
podcast.
the hush money.
We'll get a better
Vaxxed.
name and everything.
We'll take the hush money. Who cares? Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Brian. Your nightmare will not come to pass. However, scary you think it is. It's quite
Brian-
insignificant.
Brian will just do his own spin-off show. He'll make a podcast of his own.
Oh God, we have James. Our friend James is a very, very vocal supporter of you having a spin-off show, so you can listen
Yeah,
to
there
you
you go.
20,
You already
24
have
hours.
You already have a loyal listener, and you don't even have that podcast yet.
He wants to basically just have you wear a mic throughout your entire life. That's what would please him.
No, that'd be a show. Not a good show, but it'd be a show.
That was like that movie with Jim Carrey. Was it The Truman Show? Was that what
Truman
it was
Show,
called?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so like that, but audio. And
Yeah,
everything
the
is
Truman
not
Show
fake.
was the only, or in the show or in the movie, it was only good because he was unaware of it.
Yeah, so you're aware of it, and there's no videos.
And it's not a world made for you.
But he left though. He decided to leave.
Yeah, once you figured it out.
You know what the
Yeah.
trick? You know what the trick is, Brian. You know what it is. Like whoever's doing the canceling right now, just get in real tight with them, and then you won't get canceled. And then when society changes and the opposite side is gaining momentum, fucking get with them, and then you won't get canceled. Just hope that by that time it doesn't turn into like full blown fascism or something like that. It should be good. Because I think that would probably draw the line for that. I would have to leave the country at that point. On that happy note.
Yes. So I guess an early plug. Keep an eye out for Brian's new podcast. I don't know what it's gonna be called.
Yo, don't give false advertising.
Oh,
This
I think
sounds
my
like something
format
that we
will.
would get
I'll
how
probably
we
just
get
do it
canceled
on
by the
TikTok.
FTC.
Oh, you would do it on TikTok.
I would just do like 30 segments of podcasts. I would just be like say stuff out of context, and the best part would be you could watch them out of order because that's how I would want people to listen to me.
Yeah, but what could you get across in 30 seconds?
Same
While
time,
music
you
is
did in
playing,
like 2
while
hours.
you're dancing.
Well, the best part it would be like how I would think things out of order, things out of context. You know, clickbaity kind of lines here and there. And you're like, oh, these are good. And then people would spend time to like connect them and figure out what goes
I
first.
think you're overestimating what people want.
Oh, I
Alright,
think you're
listeners, there you have it.
very
That's the platform
confused.
to look out for his stuff.
This sounds awful.
Yeah, I can confirm it sounds fairly awful.
All right. We'll just wrap it up then. Yeah, like,
Anyone
comment,
else have,
subscribe, and
Yeah.
oh yeah. Anybody else have anything? No.
Anything else to plug?
Once, twice, thrice. All right. Like, comment,
Alright.
subscribe, bots.
Yeah, thanks for listening, and tune in next time when we might have another episode.
Oh yeah, look forward to our fucking massive Royal Rumble episode coming up. Whenever it is Phil comes on.
Oh, I thought we were actually going to watch the Royal Rumble. Isn't that
You
soon?
can watch it. We'll stream it. Doesn't he have a Twitch channel? We'll do a cross-platform sort of deal.
Yeah, it was Phildor.
Oh, exploring the idea of cross-platform promotion.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be honestly god awful.
What? It's going to be fantastic.
And
Or some might say.
it's a dialectic, Adrian. It's gonna be fantastic and awful at the same time.
But what if
That's
it's just fantastic?
It's you'll see. You'll cream your pants in terror. All right,
In terror.
terror.
Much like Jason when Tim Cook rolls.
All right, that's an excellent way to end.
I disagree.
Exactly
but
like
okay.
exactly like Jason when Tim Cook comes. Parody. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Take
All right,
care.
see ya.